Oku ashiadio Egumu watuwenu mo Amandianeze Oku ashiadio Egumu watuwenu mo Amandianeze Onye anumu anewe mmeko Donya kpachalanyao Kanotumu wasiadinanya Borozi kafasiadinime
I am born
Imanumu wagamasi manenu waro
and I'm going to help Mazinam Dikano to get Biafra. Believe me. Go and mark to the stage.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my youth day, Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today I just we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know.
Chini the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts, we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try, oh.
Back up joints with a trembling, oh. Hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra. My right to agitate. My right. They done this wrong. Listen to me. Now to terrorism.
Breaking news reaching us now. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
This is na wicked word. This is na confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Driver they go. Opposite Udi, but the lucky hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen. Driver tell the party boy, see no day for talk. See nothing for talk. It better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting. This is na wicked word. This is na confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Driver they go. Opposite Udi, but the lucky hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen.
Our Father who art in heaven, Nani Debilelive, Ka Alebiso, that your name may be hallowed by name, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation. To pray in the language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka ọ ga-abụ ikpeta mazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpụ isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Based on that, they now amended the charge again. I removed London. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what they are saying. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person who is not done anywhere. So you must be aware of that. Yes. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what the Supreme Court said. I did not jump in. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that the entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial is not done anywhere. And you wonder why God cost you. What justice means. You have no idea what justice means. You don't know what justice means. Useless. You cannot find anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. I want to talk to this. Show me the law. Don't try that. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try that rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court's judgment. That's why we're playing. Why we not going to fly? defend it at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell you, oh no, there was somebody called Hope. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West. Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come, and this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
We, the Biafrans, call the Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They're taught by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria have found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this morning program, wherever you are joining us from. Please kindly like and share the program on your platform. Like and share to family and friends wherever you are watching. If you are watching on TikTok, you are watching on Facebook, or you're watching us on YouTube, please kindly like and share the program. Also, subscribe to the platform if you have not yet subscribed or followed. Subscribe and follow us as we continue to preach the gospel of freedom. For the record purposes, for those who are joining us for the very first time, or those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want to remind you that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do is to present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. The failed state status of Nigeria is no longer a debate. It is a fact that everyone knows, the international community knows, people that matters know, the world powers knows that Nigeria is already a failed state. And they are seeking for solution. But we, the Biafrans, have found a solution long before now, but they have refused to pay attention. We will continue to speak and call them out to pay attention to the ultimate solution if they really want to see a solution. Please, if you can hear me clearly, write on the comment section and let me know that you can hear my voice. More especially those who are watching on YouTube. If you can hear me clearly, type on the comment section and let me know if you can hear me. Very important so that we can proceed. So wherever you are watching me from, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. We will continue to do what we have to do. Remember, in our program, it is an interactive section. Thank you so much, my brother Gerard Vicky. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for your wonderful, wonderful assistance. You're always here with me, morning, evening, night. Thank you so much, my brother Gerard. I appreciate you. So, as I was saying, in this platform, it is a platform for public opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. The only thing that qualifies you to join us in this platform is to be a human being and have conscience. If you care about humanity, this is a platform for you. You are welcome. Whatever your opinion might be, whatever your ideology might be, whatever be your take, you are entitled to it. You are entitled to your opinion. Share it with us. If you have a superior argument, all you need to do is to send us a request. We'll bring you in and you speak on your superior argument. We are open and willing to listen. We are open and very willing to listen. And if there is something we are saying, or there is something we have said, or there is something you see that you don't agree with in our pursuit for our self-determination, please use the link, come in and speak to us. We are willing and ready to entertain you and allow you to air your opinion. This is a platform for people's opinion. We don't gag anybody here. We're not going to gag you. The only thing we ask is that you should make sure that you have facts that backs up whatever you want to say. When we discover that you are going out of line, you don't have facts, or that you are being insultive, or you are using vulgar words, we can take you out of the program. But as long as you remain civil in your discussion with facts, you will have all the time in the world to express yourself the way you want. That is why we are here. So I welcome every one of you once again, wherever you are watching from. And I thank you for your patience. Yesterday, I wasn't able to hold my normal program yesterday because we had a problem, a technical problem. There was a technical problem. I couldn't be able to anchor my program normally yesterday. I only played certain videos, but my audio was very bad. I couldn't be able to connect, so I had to do only the streaming of videos, and I ended it yesterday. But today, by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama, we've been able to resolve that issue, and we will continue to preach the gospel of freedom. We will continue to speak for the self-determination of the Biafran people, and we will continue to pursue our belief. As we are speaking on things that concerns us, that matters to us, if you do not agree with us, that is your opinion. You are entitled to it. There is no need to curse out anybody. If you want to dialogue with us, or you want to argue with us, you want to debate with us, the link is always there. Even if you are watching on TikTok, all you need to do is to send a request. I will bring you in. We engage you on the debate, civil debate, not cursing, no vulgar words, civil debate. Bring your superior argument, let the world hear us out. If there is something you feel we are not doing right, that's your superior argument. Bring it up. We want to talk about it. You never can tell. At the end of the day, you might change us, or we will change you. Or when you begin to see things from different perspectives, each and every one of us begin to see things from different perspectives, you begin to understand each other better. That is why we're here. So feel free at any given point in time to send in your request when it is time, and I will bring you in to air your opinion. And today we have come once again to discuss on a very, very important topic, which says Nigerian media versus reality. Nigerian media versus reality. Smear campaign against the Igbo people. History they try to erase. This is a very strong topic, an emotional one at that many people run away from. Many people don't want to hear it. But it doesn't matter how you try to run away from it. It is the order of the day, and we must speak about it. Nigerian media versus reality. Smear campaign against the Igbo people. History they try to erase. This is the topic we are discussing today, and everyone is welcome to share their opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, whatever it might be. You are entitled to it. Whether you agree or you disagree, you are entitled to it. And if you want to air your opinion on the topic, you are free to join and air your opinion. All we ask is that no use of vulgar words, no insult. Try as much as possible to be civil. It doesn't matter how much you disagree. It doesn't matter how angry you are. Be civil. At the end of the day, we will go back and rewatch the points that we have made. Maybe from there, everyone will be making their corrections. Nigerian media versus reality. Smear campaign against the Igbo people. History they try to erase. It is a very broad topic. We will try as much as possible to do justice to it, as we have always done. So before we go fully into that very topic, we need to go to the update of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. Every one of you know that the Nigerian government have illegally convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They illegally convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they went ahead to take him all the way to Sokoto to hide him away from his people, to hide him away from us, to make sure they limit the amount of information that we get from him, to make sure they isolate him from us. That was the only intention that made them to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto. They wanted to make sure that they cage us. And it has everything to do with the topic we are discussing today, because they know the power of the media. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even though they did not give him access to the media, the social media have given Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a voice. The social media has given Biafrans a voice. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody who can utilize every single second in front of the camera to pass a message. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not allow any second go by without passing a message to the media. So they try to isolate him. They try to let him have a blackout towards the media. But as Chukwu Okekebe have it, they came too late, and we cannot be stopped. So recently, the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his brother and wife, and the brother's wife, went to visit our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto. They met with him, they saw him, and the picture you are looking at there was the picture that was taken in Sokoto when they went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. You can see Aloy Jimako wrote there. This was on the 26th, by the way. It was on the 26th, day before yesterday. He said, I just arrived Sokoto with Prince Emmanuel Kanu and his wife to have a visitation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ndi Igbo must vigorously rise to the urgent task of freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from this ordeal and injustice that reflects on all of us. His message is spot on. They went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been detained illegally by the Nigerian government, convicted illegally. And they went ahead to continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure they keep him away from us. But we will not relent. We will continue to fight. And we will continue to give him a voice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never give up, has never given up, and will never ever give up. And the next message is sent on 27th, which was yesterday. The lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday wrote, I just exited from meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison. He remains indomitable and expresses profound gratitude to all who have stood by him like Nelson Mandela endured Reuben Island. Triumphed, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is enduring Sokoto with resilience and strength. This was written by Aloy Jimako. You can see the comparison. Reuben Island and the Sokoto where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken. It is not a joke. It's not a child's play. But I thank Chukwu Okekebe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows what he was going in for. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is equal to the task. From the very first time he said it is either Biafra or death, it wasn't a joke. He wasn't saying that to entertain anybody. It wasn't an entertainment. It was not a joke. Just like the Nigerian media make it look. They are the people we are going to discuss today. Just like Nigerian media and their agents on social media that they are using, including Igbos that they are using, including Igbos. More especially the Igbos they are using against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a joke. He knows what he wants and he knows what he's up to. And that is why you see this comparison. Reuben Island is a South African island near Cape Town, famous for his history as a political prison, most notable incarcerating Nelson Mandela. Today, it is UNESCO World Heritage Site. that serve as a museum offering talk led by former prisoners to share the island history of oppression and the struggle for freedom. The island is also home to a small. So you see, this very small explanation about the Ruben Island is to show you how bad it is where Mazin Nandekano was taken to Sokoto. How bad it is. The only comparison is Ruben Island where Nelson Mandela was kept. And we went further to see on that same 27th, yesterday, 27th, Aloy Ejimako wrote, "This is a summon. This is a summons to Mazin Nandekano to be presented on November 28th at Federal High Court, Abuja, for settlement of record for the appeal he filed before the November 28th judgment. A production warrant is required for the Sokoto prison to bring him to Abuja, but the court refused to issue it. Aloy Ejimako, the special counsel of Mazin Nandekano, made the move and went to obtain a summons to order the Sokoto prison to present Mazin Nandekano for his appeal at the High Court to process the necessary documents and file the appeal. But the courts refused to issue that summons. Nigerian court refused to issue that summons. Under normal circumstances, they were supposed to issue that summons. They were supposed to present Mazin Nandekano today, being 28. Today is 28. At Federal High Court, Abuja. They are supposed to present Mazin Nandekano at Federal High Court, Abuja today, being 28. For settlement of record for the appeal he filed before November 20th. There was an appeal he filed before November 20th. They were supposed to present Mazin Nandekano today, being 28. A production warrant requires for the Sokoto prison to bring to Abuja, but the court refused to issue it. The court refused to issue that summons, ordering Sokoto prison to bring Mazin Nandekano to court to pursue the appeal he filed before 20th judgment. Before that very 20th judgment, there was an appeal he filed. So he's supposed to be in Abuja High Court today. Mazin Nandekano is supposed to be in Abuja High Court today. But they refused to issue that very summons. The court refused to issue that summons. So when you begin to talk about the injustice against Mazin Nandekano, they are not hiding it. They continue to display that injustice every single day. They are not hiding it. And what you are seeing here, for those who are watching on YouTube, what you are seeing here is the summons. That is the summons posted, which they refused to issue. That is it. That is it. That's what you are seeing. In the Federal High Court holder at Abuja, charge number, so see, between Mazin Nandekano and Federal Republic of Nigeria. Respondent, see, summon to parties by registrar to settle record in compliance with Order 8 Rule 2 of the Court of Appeal, Rules 2021. Take notice that all parties concerned are required to attend before me at the appeal section of the Federal High Court headquarters, plot 1048-710, Cadastral Zone A100 off Shehu Shagari Way, Central Business District, Abuja, on the 28th day of November 2025 at the High Court to proceed with settlement to record of appeal therein. This was the move that was made, but the court refused to issue that summons. The court refused. They refused to issue that summons. So when we are talking about the injustice against the Igbos, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today is standing on the front line, it is not a joke. We are speaking about this injustice with every fact, information that is verifiable. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be in appeal court today for a summons that he filed, even for a notice that he filed before that judgment was given. This notice was filed before that judgment, so the hearing was supposed to be today, 28th. And the court ordered that he is supposed to be there. He is supposed to be there against the federal government. But the court, that same Nigerian court, refused to give a summons to Sokoto to provide Mazen Nnamdi Kanu at the court. So you see how they are trying to delay the appeal. You see how they are trying to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu doesn't appeal. You see how they are trying to restrict Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, denying him of every single right he has. So when we are speaking about the injustice in Nigerian system, it is not just noise making. It's not just we are saying it because we want to. There are facts that backs every single thing that we say. So it's left for you to either pay attention or not. So we go ahead, and some people were already carrying stories and saying that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is having a court today. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not having any court today. He was supposed to be there for this very purpose I'm talking about now. He was supposed to be there for the appeal filed. The appeal he filed before that very 20th judgment that they gave. Before that, their fraudulent judgment. There was an appeal that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu filed. Before that fraudulent judgment. And he's supposed to be hearing the appeal today. 28th. He was supposed to. But you can see, Abuja court refused to issue a summons for Sokoto to provide Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, thereby hindering that very hearing from going on. That is what you just see, the update that the lawyer of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave yesterday. That was the update. So what you are seeing here are the people that visited Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto. These are the people that visited Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto. You can see his representative there. You can see his lawyers. You see his brother and relations that went to see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto. This was yesterday too. They were all in Sokoto yesterday to see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is standing strong, never giving up. He is still standing very, very firm and strong. And Aloy Jumako wrote, we just concluded a visitation with Onyendu Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Amongst delegation is Honorable Obi Agbocha, who also met with Onyendu yesterday, after which the Igbo communities here gave us a fraternal reception. We shall visit MNK again tomorrow, and more delegation is on the way. So that is the update on the issue of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. There are important things that we need to know. We continue to follow up. They can never cage Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter how they try. We thank Chukwu Okikabian for the social media. If not for the social media, their plan would have worked, because their plan is to make sure they shut us out. They want to make sure that they silence us completely. They take Mazen Nnamdi Kanu away and they silence us. Nobody is going to speak. Nobody is going to talk. Nobody will know his whereabouts. Nobody will give account of what happens to him. But all glory to Chukwu Okikabian. We are here. We are following. And we will continue to speak up whenever we have to. Whatever happens, we will bring it on. So now we are going into our program of the day on the topic which says, that is showing me I wrote it on the topic, which says Nigerian media versus reality. Smear campaign against the Igbo people. History they try to erase. We are going into the topic fully. And after my introduction and speech, anybody who wants to join can come in, make your point, make your argument, bring your superior. You must not agree with me in everything I say. You are entitled to your opinion. That is why we are here. We are not here to gag you or to mislead you or to force you into believing something. No, that's not our work here is to bring opinions out and let the people be the judge. Let the world see what is going on and be the judge. So, my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, wherever you are watching this program from, today we are addressing a topic that has shaped history, shaped perception, shaped how the world view Igbo people and the Biafra question. For decades, a powerful media narrative has been built, a narrative that misrepresents, that distorts, that labels, that demonizes, a narrative that turned genuine cries of justice into something suspicious, a narrative that has erased context, erased history, erased humanity. Today, we break down that narrative responsibly, truthfully, peacefully, because truth is not hate. Truth is clarity. Truth is justice. That is why we are here. And we will not stop. It doesn't matter the attack they throw to us. It doesn't matter the blackmail. It doesn't matter the threat. We will continue. And we dig into the root of the smear campaign against the Igbo people, against the Biafrans. From the post-Civil War era till today, major Nigerian media houses have adopted a pattern. From the post-Civil War era till today, major Nigerian media has adopted a pattern. That pattern is selective reporting, biased headlines, and framing that always casts the Igbo struggle as trouble, instability, or rebellion. I want you to pay attention. These are key information that the whole world should know about, including you that you are a Biafran, because there are some of us that still have the knowledge to comprehend. If not, why would an Igbo Biafran open a platform, stand there and castigate his own people? Why would an Igbo Biafran open a platform? The only thing he or she will do is to attack the freedom of his own people in issues that are very, very clear. The reasons are major Nigerian media houses have adopted a pattern, and they have recruited some media networks. They have recruited some social media networks on this pattern. What is that pattern? Selective reporting. Selective reporting, biased headlines, and framing that always casts the Igbo struggle as trouble, instability, or rebellion. The most painful thing today is that there are people of Igbo extraction that are in charge of this very program. A program that was made against them. Something that was programmed against them. There are some Igbo Biafrans that are part of this program today. It is heartbreaking. But we will never give up. We will never give up because we know the Judas will always be there. Instead of asking why, they choose labels. Instead of explaining history, they pushed stereotypes. This media environment did not rise by accident. The media environment you have today in Nigeria against the Biafra, against the Igbos, did not rise by accident. It rose from political interest, from national insecurity, and from refusal to confront uncomfortable truth. Every single fact I'm bringing here are verifiable. We don't come here for propaganda of lies. All it takes is for you to use your common sense, apply it, and you get the fact yourself. So many of us know these things, you see these things, but you ignore it. The media environment that we see today did not rise by accident. When you see somebody like Ruben Abati sitting in Arise TV, doing all the damage he's doing against the Biafrans, against the Igbos, it is not by accident. It is not by accident. It rose from political interest, from national insecurity, and from refusal to confront uncomfortable truths. The Igbo story was not just ignored. It was shaped into something negative. Our story was not just ignored. They shaped it into something negative. That it has gotten to an extent that people begin to deny their Igbo-ness. People begin to deny their identity. Igbos began to deny their identity. Some of you don't know the damage Nigeria has done against the Igbo people. More especially their media. Their media. You will not understand. They have done using different kinds of language as a weapon against us. Every single word you speak or use matters a lot. Every single word or speech matters. And for years, the media used certain words to paint the Igbo people and the Biafra movement in a certain light. Words are very powerful. The words you use are very powerful. When you repeat those words over and over and over again, it gets registered in people's memory that whenever they hear that name, Igbo, Biafra, a certain word registers in their memory, and they begin to see you on the negative light. Some of those words are separatists, extremists, agitators, rebels. This word, the media use it over and over. If you're not paying attention, you will not understand the damage they are doing. You will not understand. Anytime a mention of Igbo is mentioned in any Nigerian media, or Biafra is mentioned in any Nigerian media, watch out. You will get one of these words. One of these words must appear. Separatists, extremists, agitators, rebels. One of these words must appear anytime Igbo is mentioned in Nigeria. It doesn't matter what they are discussing. Anytime Igbo is mentioned, anytime Biafra is mentioned, you must hear these words. Separatists, extremists, agitators, rebels. Words has power. And it is high time we begin to call these informations out for the world to take note, for other indigenous people to begin to pay attention. the damage is so much, and it's going to take years for us to repair. But we have to start from somewhere. We have to start from somewhere. You can never hear them in Nigerian media using the word like people asking for justice. You can never hear them in Nigerian media talk about Igbos or talk about Biafra and they say people asking for justice. You can't hear that from Nigerian media. Never ever. They will never relate us to people asking for justice. Just like in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go to all their media. No single one of them is speaking about the injustice in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The unjust judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, none of them is talking about it. Go to all Nigerian media. What they are attacking is the character of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will come and they tell you he is not remorse. They will come and tell you he is not remorse. He is too agitated. He is too harsh. But the injustice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no single media house will emphasize on that. It is not ordinary. This is the narrative. This is how Nigerian media operates. It is something that is done intentionally to put the Igbos, to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in bad light, to put Biafra in bad light. You can never see them in their media, in Nigerian media, using a phrase like constitutional right to self-determination. You can never hear them use this phrase, constitutional right to self-determination, when they are talking about the Biafran people, the Igbo people. They will never use this word, constitutional right to self-determination. They avoid it entirely. They avoid it entirely. The word doesn't exist. Once it has to do with the Igbos, the Biafra people, you will never see something like constitutional right to self-determination in Nigerian media. All of them. No one is exempted. You can never see them mention such. Really, was the Igbo story told from the perspective of suffering, loss, and marginalization? You will never hear them. It is very rare, very, very rare for you to see them tell the Igbo story from the perspectives of suffering, loss, marginalization. Never. Who is going to tell? Is it Abati? Is it Ruben Abati that will sit in Arise television and tell you the story of the Igbos from the side of loss, from the side of suffering, from the side of marginalization? Instead, they sit in their studio and they deny every single atrocity that has been committed against Biafrans. And they went ahead to recruit the international media to toe the same line. And that is why most of I say that injustice against the Biafran people, the Igbo people, does not amount to injustice. Genocide against the Biafran people, against the Igbos, does not amount to genocide. The Christian genocide the whole world is talking about today started from the Igbos, which a pastor, a Yoruba pastor, has also testified on that. Matthew Ashimolowo said it, that it started from the Igbo genocide in the northern part of Nigeria. When they came, the only thing that will make them to take your life, medicine at them, was just to be an Igbo. There was different riot in all parts of the north. The attack was on Igbos. Nobody saw it as a genocide. The federal government of Nigeria came down and began to massacre Biafrans who were asking for self-determination. Nobody saw it as genocide. It happened in Aba, mass killing. It happened in Herbert, mass killing. It happened in Enugu, where we were praying, mass killing. Nobody saw it as genocide. Nobody reported it as genocide. In fact, it is a crime that's not something that the video was even shown to the late Muhammad Buhari on a national TV, either CNN or where. He was shown. He refused to look at it. and he pushed it aside. This is how Nigerian contraption have succeeded in using their media to paint the Igbos, the Biafrans in a bad light. And they are doing it tomorrow. They are doing it. But the most painful one is that today, our fellow Igbos, people that speak the same language I speak, they are in the front line today, carrying out the same agenda. You can see in one of the programs I saw in Rice TV, I saw that idiot, Abati, Ape-face was boldly using the example of an Igbo woman who went all the way to the United States to go and testify against the genocide of the Christian people. An Igbo woman. You can imagine. If there is anybody that should go for that mission, it's not supposed to be an Igbo person. It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter how much that didn't pay you. It doesn't matter your political stance. If there's anybody that should go and testify against the genocide of the Christians, it must not be an Igbo person. But surprise, an Igbo woman was seen in the United States speaking in support of the Nigerian government. As if that is not enough. You saw what Ojus Okalu did when he was interviewed in China television. Ojus Okalu, being the studio of the Caliphate, we know how he made his money. We know people who trained him, and they brought him. You saw the narrative Ojus Okalu brought him. And today, every single media are using the narrative of Ojus Okalu to indict Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Whenever they mention the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, nobody talks about the injustice. They will tell you that Ojus Okalu said. They will tell you, Ojus Okalu said 30,000 people died in the Southeast. Who is going to be responsible? This is how they create a narrative. These 30,000 people they said died in Southeast. Who took their life? That should be the question. Why were they killed? Why were they killed? Nobody is asking the question. Why were they killed? Who killed them? Nobody is asking that question. But the narrative they paint is that 30,000 people lost their life in Biafra land. That who are those that are going to take responsibility for that 30,000 people? They use an Igbo man, a politician, a lawmaker, to create that narrative. And today, all the media houses in Nigeria are running with that very narrative. That they no longer discuss about the injustice in the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. For the fact that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced with a repealed law, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was denied representation of his last statement. He was denied representation of himself on the last minute. They don't see that as anything. That Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was convicted with a mere word, puffering. That was why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got convicted as a terrorist. Mere puffering. It is not a discussion on the national TV. It is not. And you see, look at that. There's another video now that is trending. There's another son of a Jezebel, daughter of a Jezebel. There's another daughter of a Jezebel that is trending today. That daughter of Jezebel came on a program where she was calling out Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, accusing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu of different kinds of things. That daughter of Jezebel was accusing Mazen Nnamdi. She's an Igbo woman. And what did you see? The whole media in Nigeria are running that program. What that woman said. The whole media, they are running it. They are using it on all their platform. You and I were here. Adiola interviewed a man that exposed Nigerian government, indicted them in the atrocity that's happening, indicted the Fulanese in their plans. A top security official, an insider, indicted them. He did not make a headline. That interview did not make a headline in any network. It didn't make a headline. It didn't trend for them. But that daughter of a Jezebel, that came out and began to speak against Mazin Nandekan, telling people that you don't have to force people to believe in what you believe. Who the hell is forcing you? Mazin Nandekan have said it time and time again that if you want to marry to a genderweed, you want to become a genderweed and nationalize a gender, go and nationalize as a genderweed. Nobody stops you. But you cannot stop those who want to have the freedom to have freedom. We know that there are few of them, less than 1% of them, who do not care because of their political affiliation, because of their love for money. Some because of their relationships, who do not want to affiliate to the issue of Biafra. And we are not forcing them. Mazin Nandekan say, if you want to remain wherever you are and answer or be whatever you want to, it is your business. Nobody is forcing you. But that lady came out and began to spill all different kinds of lies. Began to accuse Mazin Nandekan, also using the narrative of Ojuzokalo and the whole media. All the Nigerian media are playing her program. They are playing her voice every single day. They play that video. Anywhere you go on national TV, on the national media, on the Nigerian media, you will see them playing that very lady's speech. You will see them playing it. But these same people, they were here. They were here. These same people were here. And an interview was granted by Adiola. And we played that interview here. How Tinubu government, Nigerian government, were indicted in what is happening in Nigeria. The plans of the Fulanis, the takeover of Nigeria, that is inevitable, that have already almost completed, 90% complete. They are not concerned about that. They didn't even talk about it because it doesn't suit their narrative. They never talked about it. But that daughter of a Jezebel, that daughter of Jezebel, that I don't even know where she comes from, who came to begin to claim she's from Abia State, that she is from Abia State, that her people have suffered. We cannot force her to go into this Biafra. In fact, not all of them are supporting Biafra. And who the hell said that everybody is supporting the Biafra? And who wants you supporting the Biafra? Who wants you supporting Biafra? The Biafra cause is not a force. There's never a time everybody said that it must be everybody. But what we know democratically is that majority carries the votes. Numbers matters. You are entitled to your opinion, just like we say here. You are entitled to hold on to your opinion. That you don't want to be part of Biafra, nobody is going to force you. Go ahead. Go ahead and be whatever you want to be. But at the same time, you cannot be a stumbling block to those who want to be. Have their freedom. It is a shame that Nigerian media will always continue to put us on a bad light. And the most painful is that we are the people that are in the front line promoting them. I shed tears when I saw a TikTok program that was being hosted by, what do they call him, Ikenga. That guy they call Ikenga. This was a man who was in the front line of the cause of Biafra, talking about Biafra every day. For one reason or the other, today, he is in the front line of condemning everything, hosting a program, bringing idiots like himself, to come and say things that have never existed, accusing IPOB of different kinds of things. If that guy Ikenga could accuse IPOB of different kinds of accusations, I just bumped into their program and I was just listening. There is no amount of accusation they did not make. And this idiot was there hosting the program. There is no amount of accusation. And say, at least that guy was in IPOB not less than a decade. He was in IPOB so does it mean that for good 10 years, more than 10 years, you could not be able to reason? How long does it take a human being to reason and know what is wrong and what is right? How long do you have to be an idiot for you to recollect that, yes, you are an idiot? These are the people who have now today volunteered themselves to be used as an instrument against their own people. The media war is so heavy that if you see anybody that still finds time to gossip, or you still find time to look at irrelevant issues, you pity that very person. You pity that very person. In their media, what do you see? You can hardly see them really referring us as people seeking for justice. They can never refer us to as people seeking for justice, even though they know that everything against us is injustice, that's grave injustice against the Biafran people, against the Igbo people. Even though they know that self-determination is our constitutional right, they will never use that language. Never, ever. In the story of Biafra, each time they tell the story of Biafra, they will never refer us as people who suffered, people who have lost. They will never agree to the marginalization of the Biafran people, the Igbo people. This is not accidental. It is not accidental. It is strategic narrative building. That is what it is. A strategic narrative building. And some of us are still there in our platform, gossiping. Some of us who have bigger platforms, celebrities, and all of that, you are still there, gossiping. You are still there, entertaining yourself. You are still there, doing comedy. The demonization of Biafra. That is one of the heavy propaganda they are carrying. They demonize Biafra. The moment Biafra is mentioned, Nigerian media switches into alarm mode. Have you noticed that? The moment Biafra is mentioned, Nigerian media switches into alarm mode. Biafra is portrayed as a chaos. That is how they see Biafra. They see Biafra as chaos. They see Biafra as danger. Each time you go to the media, they portray Biafra as danger. Biafra is portrayed as something the world must fear. And this is what we see on their media. But what is the real story? What is the real story? Why are some of us keeping silent? We are not telling the story. We have to tell the real story. The real story, the truth is that Biafra at the core is about identity. The truth about Biafra is that it is about identity. Biafra is about survival. Biafra is about safety. Biafra is about human rights. And Biafra is about a cry for dignity. This is the truth about Biafra. Biafra at the core is about identity, survival, safety, human rights, and a cry for dignity. Millions of people lost their lives. Yet, instead of empathy, the media build suspicions. Each time you hear them talk about Biafra, a situation where millions, mostly children, lost their lives. Instead of empathy, the media build suspicion. Instead of investigating complaints, they amplify political talking points. That is what they do. Go to their media, pay attention while you are watching them. Pay attention. Instead of investigating the complaints, they amplify political talking points. Biafra become a forbidden word. Not because of violence, but because the truth behind it was inconvenient for those in power. This is a fact that everybody on the planet Earth should know. This is a fact that everybody that cares about humanity should know. Biafra became a forbidden word, not because of violence, but because the truth behind it was inconvenient for those in power. That is why they tag Biafra a forbidden word. Each time they mention Biafra, it indicts every one of them on war crime. Each time you mention Biafra, everybody in Nigeria that makes that Nigeria stand today, everybody in power is indicted in war crime. That is why they make it a forbidden word. A war crime where innocent children were murdered in cold blood. They don't want to hear it. They don't want the world to see that. They don't want the world to pay attention to that. But are we going to be silent? Never. Never. That word will never get out of our mouth. Never. It is so sad. The Igbo people and perception politics. That is one other thing we have there. The Igbo people and perception politics. The Igbo man is in business. They call us over-ambitious. When it comes to business, instead of them to tell you that Igbo man is progressing in business, he's hardworking, they will tell you an Igbo man is over-ambitious. That is how they address the case of Igbo man in their media. When it comes to politics, when they want to attack you, they will tell you that you are too outspoken. The Igbo woman in politics, too outspoken. The Igbo man in politics, too outspoken. When an Igbo community asks for fairness, asks for equality, what do their media do? Their media will come and tell you that they are troublemakers. They will tag us troublemakers. This stereotype factor was powered by media narrative that never gave the Igbo people a fair hearing. Never. This stereotype factor was powered. This stereotype factor was powered by media narrative that never gave Igbo people a fair hearing. Never gave the Biafrans a fair hearing. And the result, a nation where an entire ethnic group is misunderstood, misjudged, and misrepresented. That is what we have in Nigeria. A nation where an entire ethnic group is misunderstood, misjudged, and misrepresented. And yet, the Igbo people continue to build, continue to contribute, continue to innovate, and continue to stand strong. There is another part that the people are afraid to talk about: the Western hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of the Western world is another part that people do not want to talk about. Many are afraid to talk about it. The Western hypocrisy, many do not want to. This one, you can never hear it in any media. They don't want to talk about it. The same Western nations that lecture the world about human rights. The same nation that speak loudly when issues happen in other parts of the world often go silent when injustice happen in Africa, especially against minority groups. Why? Look at the grave injustice against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that was televised across the whole world. It was a national program, televised across the world. Injustice televised. That is celebration of injustice, and the whole world partake in that celebration of injustice. And up till now, they are silent and they are moving on. Nobody is coming to call out. Nobody is going to call them out. It is sad. Very, very sad. And we must not accept it because it is absolutely unacceptable. Because political interests are louder than moral obligation. That is why people do not care. Injustice against a black person, more especially the Biafran people, does not amount to injustice. Nobody wants to talk about it. The same people that preach to us about human rights and justice, they don't care. They know the history. They know the humanitarian record. They know the grievances, but silence becomes convenient. The world knows the history of the Biafran people. They know our history. The world knows the humanitarian record on what transpired during the Civil War and what continues to happen up to today. They know. The world knows our grievances. But silence becomes convenient for them. When African voices cry, the world turned down the volume. Just like in the case of Biafra. When an African voice cries, the world turned down the volume. This is the hypocrisy we must expose peacefully, factually, and boldly. We must expose it. Yes, we must. This conversation is not about incitement. This is not about hate. This is not about attacking anyone. This conversation is about awareness. It is about historical truth. It is about media responsibility. It is about the dignity of a people and the need for fair global engagement. Today, I am speaking because silence has harmed us so much. We have to speak because silence has harmed us so much. We speak because the truth deserves oxygen. Our message today is simple. Give the Igbo people fair media representation. Stop demonizing peaceful advocacy. Let history be told accurately. Let the world pay equal attention to African struggles. Justice grows where truth is allowed to stand, and truth grows where people are willing to speak. The injustice in Nigeria against us is so much. It is much, much painful because they have penetrated so deep that today our own brothers are in the front line Even at this time when you see that the takeover of Nigeria is almost completed, security experts have come on an interview, on national TV, on interview, they said that the takeover of Nigeria has completed almost 80%, 90%. And yet, what concerns you is to fight against your brother, to fight against your sister. What concerns you is to see me as your enemy. You think I'm your problem. Look at some of the voice messages that's going around calling for attention. The Fulanis have taken over the entire Biafra land. The same people that we are fighting against Mazi Simon Ekpa when he was fighting. The same people who say call Mazi Simon a troublemaker. Today, before their own very eyes, I saw one of them, the one they call Ebeki Udike or what? The one they call Ebeki Udike, who was calling for Mazi Simon Ekpa head. Sharing a voice note, crying that the terrorists have taken over everywhere in Biafra land. Everybody should protect himself. Everybody should protect himself. Protect him or herself. That nobody's going to protect you. Everybody should protect himself. These were the people who, when Mazi Simon Ekpa was in the front line, fighting to defend the land, they joined the enemy to fight against Mazi Simon Ekpa. The same way Mazi Nandekan was raising the alarm from 2010, they called him a tribal bigot. Using their media, called him a tribal bigot. Today, Mazi Nandekan is being persecuted as a terrorist. Even though there is no account of anybody that Mazi Nandekan murdered. There is no account of any testimony that a crime was committed because of what Mazi Nandekan said. There is no evidence. Mazi Nandekan was convicted without any single evidence. He was convicted as a terrorist. By mere puffery. Mere words that he spoke. A word that people have even spoken, what is much more dangerous than what Mazi said. We were here. Somebody, a traditional ruler in Lagos, to say that they will throw all the Igbo people into the lagoon. A traditional ruler said they will throw all the Igbos into the lagoon. Nothing was done to him. No apology. A tout, an Agbero, came out and said that you must vote for whom we want. If you don't, we attack you. And he went ahead to carry out that vision. During that election, many Igbos lost their life, lost their properties. The attack is still going on as we speak. Burning of houses, taking over of properties is still going on. And nobody cares. And they want us to pretend that all is well. They do not want us to speak. They don't want us to talk. They use their media to paint us black at all times. In a time that the entire nation is in the hand of, go on. If you look at the program they are holding in their plenaries in the Senate, their plenaries in the Senate, you are a Nigerian and you see that plenary, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be ashamed of yourself. How people sit in the National Assembly all to begin to debate. Begin to debate about issues, asking questions that the citizens are supposed to ask them. They are the one asking the citizens. In the House of Assembly. In the House of Assembly, question that the street people are supposed to be asking. The ordinary, that is the question people are asking in their own National Assembly. And you still go there, you call yourself a proud Nigerian. You still come there and you pretend everything is all right. They know the truth. It's not that they don't know the truth. But at the same time, they pretend it's not happening. Watch this.
There was a conviction recently of a terrorist, Boko Haram. I believe his name is Husseini Ismail. He was convicted for 20 years by a high court. He was a Boko Haram terrorist. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted, I think, last week, and his own conviction said life sentence. I don't understand why one terrorist is getting 20 years and the other is getting a life sentence if you're saying that. I think Pastor made a good point. There's this idea that justice is served differently, and it affects the problem. Mr. Speaker, I'll conclude by saying this. I've been an advocate of state police. I've sought the wisdom of more experienced members like Honorable Sada Soli, Honorable Adodogwa, even yourself and the Speaker. I think the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. Somebody said that earlier. We cannot be sitting in Abuja and expecting operations to be efficient in Benue. We have to go back to communal policing. You that are older than us always tell us there was a time when if a guest comes to a community, everybody knows him. We have to get the traditional leaders involved and go back to state policing. This parliament, under your leadership, and I know the excellent work you're doing in the Constitutional Review Committee.
The most important part of this program is the first word he said. You can see somebody in the National Assembly complaining, the same complaint you and I are complaining here. People who are lawmakers, who are supposed to make the law, are they are the ones now complaining the double standard. Then when the people who are making the law are complaining, what am I supposed to do? There's an ordinary person in the street. What are we supposed to be doing? And you call this a country. Just listen to his first part of the argument.
There was a conviction recently of a terrorist, Boko Haram. I believe his name is Husseini Ismail. He was convicted for 20 years by a high court. He was a Boko Haram terrorist. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted, I think, last week, and his own conviction said life sentence. I don't understand why one terrorist is getting 20 years and the other is getting a life sentence if you're saying that. I think Pastor made a good point. There's this.
This person speaking is not from the southeast. He's not an Igbo man. But you can see, when these complaints are in the assembly, who are we going to complain to? If the lawmakers themselves are complaining, who are we going to complain to? So when we say there are a group of cabals running Nigeria, Nigeria is not operating. Nigeria is run by a certain group, a company owned by the British, run by the Caliphate. So it doesn't matter when they tell you they have three arms of the government, they have the judiciary, they have the legislature, they have the whatever. All this is nonsense, absolute nonsense. It is all a lie. It's all entertainment. You see a lawmaker complaining. If a lawmaker will remain in complaint, what am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to go and talk to? That is why sometimes they tell you, go and tell your lawmakers should go and apply and talk about, what do they call it, referendum. That you should tell your lawmakers, you should go and speak through your lawmakers. These are the kind of people you're going to speak to through them. These are the people you got to speak through them. These are the people you speak to. How does it work? How can you speak through these people?
Forget about partisanship and just go ahead to say, I'm a Nigerian and I don't like what is going on. If your own president can stay for 3 weeks sitting down, not sleeping, you should know that the country is under attack. And this is a time we must all come together. This is not a period for blame game. And you want to talk, look at the list of soldiers that Senator Ningi has shown me, who have been murdered already by these same bandits. And the police who have been murdered by these same bandits. So who is safe? A brigadier general in the Nigerian army will send out a message of his location and somebody will throw complicity, send the location to the bandits, and the bandits will go there and pick him like a rat and then slaughter him in a gruesome manner. You have a right to be angry. This is not the time to say this one is on this side, this one is on this side. There is nothing here. After all the other political parties have perished.
Don't you have army committee? Who are we asking? Don't you have navy committee? Who are we asking? Don't you have defense committee? Who are we asking? Don't you have security committee? Mr. President, it is abnormal. And for me to sit here and begin to see my colleagues raising questions that we are the ones to provide answers for. Mr. President is just one president, elected there and the vice president. We are all elected. We are all accountable to the people. Just like Mr. President is elected, we are also elected.
Mr. Chairman, it's not a rescue. Let's sit down, coordinated, go after these people and eliminate them. And make sure that within a period of time, we make sure that this thing is all over. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank
You look, just listen to what they are doing. Look at the kind of comments they are making in their Senate. The same people that made the law for you, they are complaining and complaining to each other. Ask me, who are they complaining to? When they complain, who are the people going to complain to? They made a law. The law is not being followed. The law is being ignored. There's no action taken. All they do is to sit back and complain and complain and complain and complain. What a shame. What a shame of a people. How long will you continue on this very path? For how long? For how long are you going to continue on this very path? It's a shame. A real big shame. Today you go to their media, information that's supposed to be pushed are not pushed. Their own interest is to demonize the Igbo people, demonize Masisi Nnamdi Kanu, make sure that people do not talk about the illegal sentence that was pushed on him. Make sure that people don't talk about it. Make sure people don't talk about it. You should divert people's attention and make sure nobody remembers it at all. And that is what they are doing day in, day out. They make sure that the information that has to do with the Biafran people is neutralized and is told in a bad light. They will always present us in the bad light. Every single day. This is what you see.
To come with a very clear perspective how to deal with these issues. Mr. President, you and me discussed yesterday that the widow of late Uba said nobody talked to her after her husband was gunned down. Nobody has communicated to her. Who are we going to ask? Are we going to tell the president to call commander-in-chief to ask? Or are we not having committee of the army here that will call the people? Look at this interview by Mrs. Uba, Musa Uba. What did you do and what did you not do? We learned from Governor of Kebbi State that officers were withdrawn. And we lament. Are we not having standing committees that are supposed to call these people? What did you do?
Did you hear the stupidity in their Senate? They continue there lamenting and asking each other what to do. This is a government where you have policies. The things that I need to is just give the order. They will not give, only blame and complain. Somebody withdrew the military from their post before the terrorist struck. This is not the first time. This complaint did not start today. This complaint started from the last government. We have seen soldiers say they face the terrorists face to face. On the way to conquer them, they'll get a call. They say, retreat back. Do not fire. We have seen even their Air Force view them, they want to bomb. They say, no, retreat and come back. They have been compromise upon compromise. The people that are in charge of this section are known. They know them. They know those who are passing these orders. They know them. But they will never, ever, ever call them to order. They will never question them. Every time, look at them, they gather in this their red chamber. What do they do? Blame game. Ask questions. The question that you, the citizen, is supposed to ask them is what they are asking you. The question that you, the citizen, are supposed to be asking people sitting down, these people who are supposed to answer your question, they are the one now asking you, televise their question. And tell me who they are addressing this question to. Tell me who they are addressing the question to. And the next minute, they will turn back and tell you, Mazen Nandekano is their problem. Mazen Nandekano is causing insecurity. Mazen Nandekano is raising insecurity. Even when we know that the insecurity in the southeastern region is created and caused by the federal government of Nigeria, sponsored by federal government of Nigeria. It is not an accusation. There are facts backing every single thing I say. The unknown gunmen were members of the DSS. One of them who was shot, the ID card of DSS was seen in their pocket. One of the unknown gunmen was identified as a member of DSS. Some were identified as Fulanis who were caught. There was also a picture of a policeman who was enforcing a sit at home, shown in their own TV. So when we make all these things, it is not just an accusation. If that is not enough for you, we have seen false flag operations so many times, captured on video. We have seen members of DSS during the time of NSAS. During the time of NSAS, they used their jeep to bring people to attack innocent protesters. We saw it. We saw Lagos State government using government bus to bring hoodlums to attack people. These things are all not hidden. They are all in the open. But yet, the people that are supposed to take action, they will come into the red chamber and they're asking questions. Listen to the question they're asking to themselves, idiots.
How to deal with these issues. Mr. President, you and me discussed yesterday that the widow of late Uba said nobody talked to her after her husband was gunned down.
The brigadier general that her husband was killed, nobody contacted her. Nobody consoled her. A brigadier general. A whole brigadier general lost his life. The widow, nobody contacted her. Nobody reached out to her. Nobody spoke to her. A brigadier general. And some of you are running to go and recruit. Some of you are still going there. I'm sorry for you. And so the death that killed Al-Haji, if that death catch Al-Majiri, your bone will not even remain.
Nobody has communicated to her. Who are we going to ask? Are we going to tell the president to call commander-in-chief to ask?
Oh.
Or are we not having a committee of the army here?
Ask me.
Will call the people. Look at this interview by Mrs. Uba, Musa Uba. What did you do and what did you not do? We learned from Governor of Kebbi State that officers were withdrawn.
Oh.
And we lament. Are we not having standing committees that are supposed to call these people? What did you do?
Ask me.
And we keep passing the ball from Maradona to Pele. It is not going to work for us. Mr. President, just yesterday, 5 police officers, 3 of whom I know personally, were called brutally murdered in my constituency. What was the fault? They went to separate a fight between bandits and farmers. And these gentlemen were called brutally murdered. Mr. President, by your leave, I will have the honor to call the names of these officers. They were so brutally killed, not in the night. Not in the night. Broad day. They were summarily murdered because they were not carrying Spiro weapons. Only one of them was carrying AK-17. The other was carrying a Vision. AK-47. Only one of them, the DSP. And the names of these officers, I will call their names This is the reality of Nigeria. DSP Ahmed Mohammed killed. Assistant Superintendent Mustafa Mohammed killed. Inspector Amahil Yunusa killed. Inspector Idris Ahmad killed. Corporal Isa Muazu killed. In my constituency, local government Darazo. Mr. President, you can imagine the agony that these families are undergoing. Mr. President, in the time past, we're having some of the best military formations, military officers. We're having some of the best police officers and police formation all across the globe. In fact, at a particular time, Major General Agwai got an outstanding honor as one of the best serving generals in Africa. And today, Mr. President, did you ask yourself whether the Agwais and the Dambados of those years and the Enjumas, several of them that are still alive, whether anybody has called these officers to say, please, gentlemen, where did we miss it? Why were we the very best military country in Africa? Why were we the best police country in Africa? And where are we here? So it is a collective endeavor, Mr. President, and as long as we continue to see kidnapping as just a crime, we're not going anywhere, because kidnapping has so much been commercialized. People are leaving their jobs in cities and villages, and kidnapping now is one of the best paying jobs in Nigeria, all across. In fact, kidnapping now pays more than oil. Kidnapping pays more than sitting as a senator or sitting in the villa. And therefore, as lawmakers, what do we need to do? We now look at kidnapping and say we must amend our laws to say kidnapping is a terrorist act and must therefore be treated as such and must therefore carry the death penalty. And that is some of the ways we have to go. Mr. President, the entire security architecture of our country we need just to sit down. It is not about talking in plenary here. It is not talking about one committee or the other. We must be able to find out. It's not about just national security. Every committee that needs to answer his name must answer his name here in plenary or in your executive session.
You see this man calling for death penalty for kidnapping. Go and interview Gumi. Gumi is making a case for kidnappers. He say only kidnapping. Is it only just to kidnap children and get money? It's only money what they want. Go and interview Gumi and hear what Gumi will say. Any crime that is prevalent in the north, there's nothing you can do about it. Look at how helpless they are in the red chamber, because it is something that has to do with the northern part of Nigeria. But if it were be the southeast, there will be a marching order immediately. There will be a marching order to destroy life and properties. That is why when I see my people from the southeast allow themselves to be used by this government to push narrative against us, I shed tears. When I see somebody mainly from Igbo extraction, Igbo person, working with this government, pushing the same narrative in their different handles, in their different social media network, I feel ashamed. It is very sad. This is how helpless they are. When it comes to the issue that has to do with the North and their terrorist activities, They sit in the house, they beg, they shout and complain. After complain, whatever they say here, Gumi will sit in his home and give an order what will happen. And whatever Gumi says, it's only going to play out. Whatever Gumi says is what is going to play out. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what they say. Nobody cares. The only mission they have is to make sure they damage the reputation of the Igbo people. That is the only assignment they have. And we must not allow this to happen.
That you made here, and it's just a wow situation. And even, you know, reading through the lines and the nuances of the president's statement, it feels like he was saying that there were efforts being made. Perhaps, I don't know who was a weak link that did not follow through. But in 1 second, just before we let you go, you understand the movements of these people. You may not understand their exact mission. Are they Nigerians? Are they non-Nigerians? Just a simple answer.
99.9% of the bandits operating in northwest and north central Nigeria, they are Nigerians. 99.9% of them, we know who they are, we know where they are not in any hideout or any difficult terrain.
Dr. Yahuza Gatso, thank you so much. Security, intelligence, and investigation expert, community-driven development professional, and a farmer. We'll get to keep talking with you as far as this conversation. There's a lot to unravel with you, but for want of time, we'll let you go for now, and may God help Nigeria.
Thank you.
You heard it. The terrorists we are talking about, the criminals we are talking about, they are Nigerians. They are northerners. They know them. They know where they are. But each time they continue to pretend as if they do not know. Just like you see them in the House of Senate, there in the red chamber complaining. All they will do is complain, and nothing will be done. Nothing. Nobody is going to do shit. Nothing will be done. Nothing will be done. There is nothing anybody can do. Only complain. After complaining, they go back to base and relax. Everybody will go back doing what he knows how to do best. These terrorists are known. They are not hiding. They are not wearing masks. A governor have said they know him. Look at somebody again saying they know them. They know whom they are. They know their houses. They know their homes. So it is not a rocket science. You're not going to say you don't know them. They know them very well. But yet, they refuse to act. Why have they refused to act? Why have they refused to take action? That is the question.
The terrorists killing people in northeastern part of Nigeria are not from Congo. They are not from Malawi. They are not from Namibia. They are not from Egypt. They are northerners and they are Muslims. The bandits in the northwestern part of Nigeria, they are not from Senegal. They are not from Mali. They are not from Morocco. They are not from Guinea or Guinea-Bissau. They are Fulanis from the northwestern part of Nigeria. So it is for us to solve the problem. It is not for anybody to solve the problem. They are not speaking Chinese, they are speaking Fulani language. They are not speaking Spanish, they are speaking Hausa language. They are not speaking Mandarin, they are speaking Kanuri languages. When will the North sit down and address the whole of these bandits and terrorists are not more than 5,000 people?
Today you see them speaking. This person spoke there is Sheikh Husani. This was the same man who welcomed Hamas in Nigeria. who told Hamas that they have a home. When you see them speak, you think that they care. They don't care about you. Just like Mazen Nanikano told them that the monster you created is going to swallow you. Today, that monster is swallowing them. Some of them can no longer pretend anymore. They can't pretend anymore. But whatever they do, it cannot distract us from the truth. We know what the agenda is. And everybody, every northern Muslim is part of this very agenda. Every one of them is part of it. Every one of them is part of it to take over the land. That is the agenda. To Fulanize Nigeria, to Islamize it, that is the agenda. They are all part of the program. We cannot be deceived. It doesn't matter the language they use. It doesn't matter how they speak. We can't be deceived.
Kari is one of the most notorious bandits in Northwest. He was even the one who masterminded killing of late Aminu Day, Assistant Commissioner of Police and Area Commander of Dutama Zone. Now when he killed him, because it was in my local government, he left from Kulfi police station to where he will go and do the operation, because he was a very fine officer, incorruptible, and all this, everybody knows about him. Now when he went for that operation and they encircled him based on certain kind of betrayal from within his own cycle, I believe, when he was killed by that Jankari, the following day, all the big bandits in the area had a party in Saskia, one village about 10 kilometers from Tuzkuma, and they were celebrating the killing of Amin, late Amin. And Jankaro came with the uniform of Amin, and they were hailing him. Everybody. He went to the party? Yes, to with the uniform of Amin. Of Amin. Now everybody know, and from time to time he will put the uniform and be going around the town. So when this so-called peace deal which they arranged, when he came for that meeting, he came with the uniform of late Amin, with the name Amin Umar. During a peace deal? During a peace deal. So you have the security were there, you have the police, who they kill Assistant Commissioner of Police. So, and why I tell you it cannot be a normal peace, because the conditionalities were given by the bandit. The bandit directed that no police should come with uniform. Police who were there, none of them went with uniform.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What is happening in the northern part of Nigeria? But to them, it's not a problem. The only problem they have is the Igbo man. The only problem they have is Biafra. You can imagine if this happens in Biafra land, what will happen? That a bandit took the life of a police commissioner. After killing that policeman, then he wear the uniform of the man and be walking around the town. Every time he wear the uniform of the man with the name of the man engraved in it. And the day he was coming for peace deal, the same bandit, they gave order that any police coming there should not come on uniform. But he himself wore the uniform of a policeman that he murdered with the name written there boldly. And he came, gave the conditions to the people, and left. This is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. And when we talk about the complicity of the government, some people play it down. People are not care. They don't care. You will still see some people defending them in the northern part of Nigeria. But what about us in the southeast? In Biafra land? What we are asking for is self-determination, well-defined. Well-defined. All we have been doing is to defend ourselves, self-defense. There has never been any case where we have been indicted of taking the life of any person, innocent person. There has never been. All you hear is rumor, propaganda, and false flag operation conducted by the DSS in our land, which our able sister, Lolo Neka, has been able to verify. Lolo Neka, on the ground, go to her page, you will see her investigation. She made the accusation on a live TV. She doesn't hide it. Of how government conduct their force flag operation in Biafra land. But yet, a Biafran, an Igbo person, will come on national TV and begin to speak against his own people. Will be in the front line of the media propaganda to antagonize his own people. Meanwhile, the North are protecting their foot soldiers that are terrorists. Terrorists, they call their foot soldiers, they are protecting them. But your innocent brother, who has not been indicted anywhere, you join the media to change the narrative and blame him. Call him arrogant because he refused to be silent. Call him stubborn because he refused to be subdued. And they use you to change that narrative. You came on national TV, you are telling us about 30,000 people who their life was lost, who is to be blamed, and the media run with it. And they begin to use it to change the narrative against the injustice that we committed against your own brother. The 30,000 people you are talking, you are not even asking, how did they die? Who took this life and why? Nobody goes to that direction. All they try to push the whole blame on a man who asks for self-determination, who asks for justice. And you join the media. As an Igbo person, you join the media to push the narrative against yourself. You will not live. You will not live to face it.
Morning, brother.
You're welcome, my brother Christian. You're welcome. You will not
live
to face it. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. Go ahead and speak to us.
Thank you, my brother. Chineke Bayume. Yesterday, Okweromba thought the king were glitch, sort of, yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday, I couldn't even speak at all, so I only played videos and I left.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That is the spirit, you know. You know, so we just have to continue. For me, I'm very, very busy today. But TKKHQ, I get waiting, so I'll be in a better place. Because now for this video, if you don't work about Shehu Sani or Akanji, but about the good thing is that you also dissected it already. Because you see, these are the most dangerous ones among them. That is, the ones you cannot even figure out. You know, you won't even know how the level of damage they bring to you, like that shows, Sani. You know, so obviously, you have to be able to really follow them up closely and understand their antics to know that these are the most dangerous. Because like the likes of the El-Rufai, the one from Kaduna, we know already he was a governor. These are the number one. These are the front runners, you know, who propagate this Islamization and Flanization. They don't hide it, they show it, they say it loudly, you know. But for him, Shehu Sani coming now to say that all these bandits, blah, 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 that, in other words, he's trying to tell us that they're Nigerian. But on the other hand, they will tell you that they are foreigners, that they are not Nigerian. And they will tell you again that they are in Nigeria. That is what he's trying to say that they are Nigerian. And he's saying,
and to satisfy their selfish interest.
Exactly. And trying to confuse people with double speaking. Hello? Mazinano? Good morning, Apata?
Yeah.
Yeah. So saying, all they could have now, we don't need anybody to come and do it for us or blah, blah, blah. Subliminal message, Maka America. America.
Yes.
Okay, you don't need anybody. Then solve it. You don't want to solve it because their aim is to, even including the foreign minister, when he was interviewed on Piers Morgan, saying that they should leave us alone, leave me alone, so that you will continue with your genocide against Biafrans, against Christians, and slowly and surely take over the place, while America will just sit back and watch. The world will sit back and watch. Then those who support you, the Islamic world, the Turkey, or any of them that support you with their arms and everything, then you just scatter everywhere, take over. Leave us alone. These people are so, the level of the game they play. Nobody who will leave you alone. If you want them to leave you alone, then leave the people alone too. You can't be holding people and you ask others to leave you alone, but you are the one who is not leaving people alone. You know, then Shehu Sani is saying today that they are not from Cameroon, they are not from Senegal, they are not from this. That you know that was they are Nigerians, but they say they are not Nigerians, and that we are the one to solve it because he doesn't want others, you know, the outside world, international community to solve it. Meanwhile, they don't want to solve it, and he is the same one. This same Shehu Sani was the one that welcomed Hamas when they come into Nigeria. Until today, they are all liaising together in the north. The ISWAP, the Rakwara, the Buka, all of them, Hamas, they are all there. He told them, this Shehu Sani told them that in Nigeria they have a friend. So what does he think? Who is it trying to deceive? When you tell a terrorist group that is known worldwide that they are welcome in Nigeria, that they have friends in Nigeria. So what is that? Which is it? So, because again, we still have to keep talking because people in the country either short memory or they fear and cowardice and the media, they don't want to speak the truth. It was on Channels TV that this Shehu Sani welcomed Hamas terrorist group. So what now do you expect when you bring infected wood into your house? That is what happened. You know, the wood. So it's sad. It's sad what they are doing. I don't know how they think that people are so stupid. You know, in the same hand, you invited terrorists and they're all working together. You know, I saw a video where it was very clearly how they brought all these terrorists from the Sahel region. Not talking against this morning, my brother, but already. So the way they brought them in, you know, all of them, they are all part of it. All of them from A to Z.
Definitely, they are part of it.
Yeah, so they are all part of it. All of them. This video, you probably must have seen that video. How Buhari, you know, told them that
I've seen it by this. I've seen it.
The guy, Southern Akobokwe, I don't know where exactly.
The guy is a northerner. He's a northerner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's that his name. What's that his name? I remember his name.
Yeah, he said that El-Rufai and Sultan of Sokoto, all of them, how they brought them in, and Buhari stood up to tell them that they have to reclaim their land, that the British handed Nigeria over to them. So you see that this thing, like I always said, I've been very consistent on it, that they are all of them from A to Z, including Dangote, including the Sanusi, the former CBI, all of them there. It's just that act of cowardice that is making people not to speak the truth. Yesterday on Precious Enyi's YouTube program, I was there, and Kachi, that Dr. something Catch, you know, not Jew, you know. So yeah, because that program is becoming very, very, should I say, infamous now. Since she left VOP, which I think was very good that she left VOP. You know, so people from United States, everywhere, they call in, they speak freely, they speak their mind. But before, you are not allowed to speak freely because you get she gets gagged by VOP. So people were asking but because now, you know, they were like showing concern about his safety, if you know what I mean, you know. So further now said that but at the end of the day, we cannot all be so scared and afraid and run away, and at the end of the day, you just have to say what you have to say, because there's no fabrication, there's no hypothetical or makeup. These are facts. You know, the evidence is there to show what is happening in the country. Is the primary, there's just one agenda alone. That is to turn Nigeria into Islamic Sharia country. That is it. Every other thing, every other measure, every other avenue is like either a prelude or addition
And they have almost succeeded. The only place remaining for them now to take over is Biafra land. They have succeeded in all other parts of the country. They are in charge. It's only Biafra land that is remaining for them, and that is why they are trying so hard. They are trying so hard to create as much chaos as they can, create as much hate as they can, try to create different kinds of narratives against us. That is why they are doing everything they can to make sure that they can be able to push that their evil narrative. There's nothing. Every other place have been taken over. It's only Biafra land that is remaining. You're welcome back, Christian. You're there?
Oh, Diego. Yeah, my brother, I'm there with you. I can hear you. Mm.
Okay. So that is go ahead.
Yeah. So like I was saying, that is the though I won't take much long. By the grace of God, I'll be with you tomorrow. So, but that is just the whole thing that I'm always very appreciative of the fact that your consistency, we must continue to debunk them. You know, we must continue to push back on their narrative, because these people are, everything that comes out of their mouth is takia, pure and simple. This is that is how they are built. They don't care whether you believe it or you don't believe it. They don't really care. They just say it anyway. You know, takia, primarily takia, to deceive people. And they continue to do it today. Rufai, the one who is well known to be one of the terrorist financiers and coordinators, I think he's running around now with Peter Obi. I don't know what Peter Obi thinks that he's going to achieve. If they are not satisfied with Tinubu, who had an agreement with them, Tinubu had an agreement with them to not touch their foot soldiers, and he agreed. And so if they are not satisfied with Tinubu, because maybe he's not moving at the pace they want, maybe he's not giving them the 100% free hand, because by them, their own assumption is that by now, they probably take over the whole place already. Nnamdi Kanu was already in their custody. Simon Ekpa has been tempted. No politician in Igbo land who wants to do anything. So the Yorubas, we know that often kupu kahabo, because they already surrendered the place. So obviously, if Tinubu, who is one of them, is a Muslim, you had an agreement with them, he's sitting and watching while they ravage. So if they are not satisfied with Tinubu, how much more do you think they will with Peter Obi, who is not just a Christian, he's Igbo? You know, Peter Obi is a Christian. So if Rufai lure him...
It is an Igbo for that matter.
If Peter Obi, if Rufai lure Peter Obi into this gang up, ADC, because so if Peter Obi become president, what is he gonna do? Not even close to what Tinubu is doing, because what they want is that you give them Ruga, you give them this, you give them that, and these are people that was giving 100 billion naira about Buhari. Still, it's not enough. Gumi is saying that they should include them in the budget. Can you imagine that? Include them in the budget. So the question people should be asking Peter Obi, what are you gonna do differently that they will not turn against you, or they just to be used again like they use Hope Uzodinma? They put in their Simo State governor, and they are using him. They've been using him for years now because he's in his second term. So they're just gonna use Peter Obi, and they cannot vouch that Peter Obi will not be used. They will use him and probably throw him in the dustbin.
Using him now. You say they will. Okay. They are already using him. They are already using him.
You see what I mean? So if they can turn against Tinubu, who is Yoruba and a Muslim, and who had an agreement with them, we all know that to be a fact, that Tinubu had an agreement with them. If they can turn against him because he's not doing enough, how much more you? So these people, I don't know, it's unimaginable how they can think that people can be so stupid not to know the game they play, you know? So Peter Obi can do absolutely nothing except to make our situation as Igbo, as Biafra, as Southerners, in fact, as a whole, Peter Obi is just going to make the case, the whole thing worse. But one thing that gives me joy is that God will put them all to shame, including Peter Obi. God will put them to shame, because trust me, he's looking out for his own personal interest. He knows, just like I always say about Shore, You cannot change Nigeria. Nobody have the capacity to do anything. The only thing that can happen now in Nigeria is, and I hope and I pray that with the step the Americans have taken, they're giving them conditions, ultimatum, if you will, that at the end that will lead to the good of everybody. I mean, everybody, including them themselves, the Arewa, the Oduduwa, the Yoruba, or the Biafra, for everybody, because this entanglement is just a destruction. This entity, this evil creation called Nigeria, it will do nobody good, no, absolutely nobody. So that is the situation, my brother. Thank you so much, brother Chus. And by the grace of God, tomorrow,
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is so sad. I don't know how it is going to work out in a situation now where you see the just like the bill they are passing in their Senate. They want to pass a bill to put death sentence for kidnapping. How can that bill pass? Who is going to pass that bill when the North is promoting kidnapping? The North is promoting payment of ransom. The North is negotiating.
They are wasting time, brother. All those are just like make believe to make you think they are doing something. They are not doing anything.
They are confusing themselves. You saw somebody on national television telling you that bandits only kidnap. Is it not ordinary kidnap? They just kidnap and they just collect money. And you went to their House of Assembly. You're putting. You want to push a bill to make a kidnapping death sentence. Who is going to pass that bill for you? Who is going to push it? Who will make it succeed?
You know also, brother, that one thing in life, this is where people get it sometimes confusing, that if you are making a law, it doesn't matter whom you are making it against. If your hand no clean, if you are a culprit yourself, it will also turn against you, because you see all those lawmakers, in my estimation, these guys are worse than even remember, they are worse than the bandits. You don't believe me? I have my reason for saying what I'm saying.
They are. All of them. People they told you that people in that very Senate that are passing this bill were indicted in the same kidnapping.
Exactly. So
many of them are sponsoring it.
Okay.
Many of them, kidnappers were caught in their house. They bought bike for them. One has even a hospital for them where they treat them.
Okay. You see?
So who is going to
many of them are the one buying trucks, the motorbikes. Most of them are the one buying it for the kidnappers. Yeah. So that doesn't make sense.
Where they were testing brand new motorbike, they were all testing brand new motorbike.
Okay. Where does those ragtag guys, where do they have the millions and millions, if not billions, to be buying all those things? Body gun. So that thing they are doing in the chamber, they are just confusion all over the place to look as if they are doing anything. But also the good thing is that the world understands Nigeria now to be a terrorist country. Everything they do is lies.
I'm so happy. I saw another video where EU, they were discussing in EU, even though we don't trust them, they were discussing about the situation of Nigeria in EU. We know that in everywhere there are still some genuine people. There are still people who
100%. Yeah.
Government and
when I saw that video,
protection in the capital city to check what is going on the ground. So don't give us these speeches. This is going on for a few years. We had resolutions here. We asked the Commission to finally start doing their job, and you're not doing your job. And the recent kidnapping of 300 school children from Catholic school in Nigeria is a brutal reminder that these groups operate as though they are above the law. So the history will judge us upon the actions that we are taking here. Thank you.
The woman spoke very well. The woman made it clear that these people they are operating in Nigeria, and the way they operate shows that they are above the law.
With impunity. Yeah.
That they operate, the way they operate, it shows that they are above the law. That if they refuse to do what they are supposed to do, that history will judge them.
History, exactly. Well, but I know, primarily their brain behind it, because they tend to underplay it, play it, and cover it up, because they are just concerned. The only thing they care about is that Nigeria just continue to go on, exist, regardless of hundreds, millions of life wasted in that contraction that ought not to have existed in the first place. Everybody knows that is not supposed to be. By every index, everything I can just break it down. It's not supposed to be. But when you see them, I suppose that is European. I haven't seen this video before, but I also know that the main power brokers, they will always find a way to just time it down. But the good thing is that because America, because Trump is.
This is a recent video. They are talking about the school children that were kidnapped. The woman is complaining about the school children, but you never see this kind of video go viral. You will never see it go viral. They will suppress it.
So how shameful, and she summed it up.
Yes, she summed it up. That she made it clear that these people operate as if they are above the law. That from the way they operate, that these people, not even as if, she said that they are above the law. They are above the law. So the people, the EU should rise to the occasion. And if they refuse, posterity will judge them. But at least,
that word she used.
Yes.
Yeah, that word she used at the end simply means that they are in charge of the country. The level of impunity, lack of accountability, they operate freely. And it's been going on, not today. It's been like this for a long time. And the British know, but they just look away. And it's their entity, and they own the country. Everybody knows that, but they can't say nothing about it. How can shame and how can history, not judge you wrongly for playing this role you are playing? You just ignore it. And including the fact that your own citizen is being a victim of such situation, you just look away. But we know what you can do if you choose to, but you don't do it. And now Trump has raised it up, and now they are trying to, but again, at the end of the day, history will judge everybody based on what they do, the role they play, So obviously, but if you want to make amend, if they want to make amend, now is the time to step up. The EU should step up now. If their conscience beat them now, then they should step up and do the right thing. And the right thing is that you cannot stop these jihadis. Anybody who think that he can beat them down, you are wasting your goddamn time, because you couldn't beat them in Afghanistan, you didn't beat them in Iraq, you didn't beat them in nowhere. You cannot beat this ideology. The only thing is that let them have their own country there in the north and do whatever they want. The people who are trapped in it to have their own country. Simple as that. There's no missing word there. But if they want to continue because whatever their personal interest, then history will judge everybody. How do you go, my brother?
My brother, that is what I'm saying. We can defend ourselves. The Yoruba Republic can defend themselves. The Biafrans can defend themselves. The Middle Belt can defend themselves. You don't even need to put your soldiers on the ground. Just disintegrate this country.
Exactly.
Let people take care of their area. We don't need your
and they know it.
You don't need to waste your resources, waste your soldiers, waste life. Just speak on the disintegration. Let the people take charge of the security by themselves.
Yeah. Because, like you said, we can defend ourselves. Every region can. Look at what happened in Port Harcourt. I saw the video from a reliable source now. Then I came to believe it, because often a time, what you see on YouTube, sometimes there are this fake news stuff like that. But because I saw it from a reliable source, I knew that the people came together and just brushed them aside, send them to God for judgment. So that
Port Harcourt video, you see what they did today in Port Harcourt. You see. But if that thing was done in the southeast, do you know they will change it to be something else?
Okay.
It will be reported differently.
Yeah. They will say POB. Now, obviously, that clearly shows that people have capacity to do what they're supposed to do for themselves. In America don't need to bring troops on the ground and suffer unnecessary casualty of their people. What they just have to do is give people that right of proclamation. Biafra can go and realize their goal, their ambition, and their, Oduduwa and the Arewa and the Middle Belt. Just that's it. That's it.
Simple. They don't need to put any resources. They don't even need to put their soldiers on the ground. Don't risk anything. Just speak that word. Allow this disintegration to happen. Every region can protect themselves. Middle Belt can defend themselves. Arewa can defend themselves. The Yoruba Republic can defend themselves. The Biafrans can defend themselves. Simple as that.
Yeah.
All this nonsense will die a natural death. The only thing that is still leaving it open for this movement that you are seeing taking over land is because of that name, Nigeria. That name. Everybody's claiming right.
One Nigeria. That one. Yeah. That one Nigeria. That one Nigeria is what is bringing calamity on everybody, bringing retrogression and bringing everything that is bad. That is just that one Nigeria. You know. How can I put it now? It's just crazy. So people need to stand up and do the right thing. Like you said, in everywhere you have good ones, you have bad ones. There's that guy from Austria who is propagating it. It's also a good thing because that is the solution. So if you know a solution to a problem, why beat about around the bush? Go straight and solve it. You know, every region in that country have resources. They have something. So what the heck? Go and solve it, and let people, you know, it's just crazy. But let's continue to push and see what happens. One thing is for sure is that I believe that God has left these people behind. All their evil plan, you know, people who from a different place altogether, Futajolam, you have the infantry, such brazen impunity that you can just go and take over the whole people. Who are you? What makes you think that you can just go and do it in this 21st century? What happened? The things that happened in the medieval time in Lebanon, in Turkey, and some other places, you think you will replicate in this time? Unbelievable. But we shall see. So again, I don't know the history that P2OB, the likes of P2OB, I don't know the history they know. You know, how do they measure event that is going on in the country? You know, it's just that selfishness that over, like, the kind of, it just override every sense of right and wrong. It's crazy. But that catch on Onuju yesterday, he's in Nigeria. No, there's no doubt that he's in the place, so I can understand. But he's one brave man, I have to say. I give him lots of credit for being able to speak the truth. But even though he's also maybe he's a one Nigeria, but at the end of the day, that there's no solution in one Nigeria. Absolutely no solution. So when the time is right, everybody will answer their name. How do you go, my brother?
I hope you saw the video that was made by one daughter of a Jezebel. Just like that thing we used to say here, that when you make a video that does not suit their own narrative, they will never share it. When you make a video that doesn't suit the narrative, they will never show it. I hope you saw the video that was made by one daughter of a Jezebel that was accusing Mazen Nandekano of different kinds of things, an Igbo woman. And they make it go viral. And Arise was in the front line. Abati was using it as a sample. Using Ojuzokalo as a sample. To demonize.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
I can't play such video because those videos, when you play it, you're just promoting one son of daughter of it. You've not seen the video.
No, the thing is, I saw a flat, like I saw the headline, but I didn't bother to, because the anger would not allow me to see such lies, such blatant lie, such deception. So and you see for their rise, just like the channels, sometimes when I see the headline, something maybe on YouTube or whatever, I don't feel, I feel I'm like, I'm so disheartened and discouraged to play it, because everything, these are evil people, trust me. When I say it, I know where I'm coming from, and I know why I'm saying it. People who don't speak truth, all the videos with evidence that have shown exactly what's going on, they will ignore that, and they will go and pick and choose the one that will suit their narrative. And you want me to listen to such people? It's painful. I find it hard listening to them. Ruben Abati, evil human being.
Today, their media, Nigerian media, their mission today is to make sure that people do not pay attention to the injustice meted against Mazen Nandekano.
Yeah,
they want to make sure that people do not pay attention to that very unjust judgment that will pass on him. And they are using Igbos. To speak out against Mazen Nandekano. That's why they paint the narrative of do you know how many people that died in that way in the course of this very struggle? And they don't ask question, who took their life? Why did they die? Is self-determination a crime? Is it a crime? They paint a different narrative that a woman, a daughter of Jezebel, will come and blame Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and begin to ask that why must people be telling the politician to speak for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? That nobody should force anybody to speak on behalf of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that he should face his problem. And they are carrying that kind of video, making it go viral on their media. This is so sad. This is the kind of thing we are talking about, that the media of Nigeria is evil. They are evil personified. Evil personified.
Yeah.
Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who blew the whistle? The reason they are holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they want him dead, is because he blew the whistle of what is happening today.
Yeah.
You remember what they did to Obadiah Melafia?
Okay. Nobody can go.
That blew the same whistle that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu blew.
Ruben Abati, they won't talk. They won't talk about that.
Let me play a video of a reminder of what Obadiah Melafia said. The plan they had against him after he made that revelation. Let's just listen to this video. A reminder.
I'm in hiding. Right now, not even my wife knows where I live.
Is he?
Yes.
He's hiding. Very good.
This was Obadiah Melafia.
What the plan was that they would keep me there and interrogate me till past midnight. Then what they will then do is to say, look, it's too late to return me home, that I should just stay in the prison next door. And they had already paid somebody who's on death row that in the middle of the night, he will just get up and kill me.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. So they told my wife, look, call Washington, call everywhere. And actually, there was a call from the White House. In fairness to the Americans, there was also a call from London. There was a call from Germany. There's a call from France to Abuja to tell them that they warn them that they must make sure that no harm comes to me. And then when they saw the crowd, I think that is what then made them to backtrack.
And they changed the plan.
But they never quite gave up. Mm-hmm. And I praise some of the DSS people because they were very professional. They were very civil. But they were, of course, working under instructions. Right. And the people, their bosses, I think, had an agenda that I must be silenced at all costs. It's just that they looked at the scenario, they looked at, and then my son, who lives in Brussels, he also addressed the media. He called London, he called the EU Parliament. He even had a press media conference that was carried by channels. He didn't tell us, he just did it on his own. So the publicity over my case was such that they felt cornered. It became very difficult to them. Now, over a month ago, they tried to bomb my house. Some people called me and said I had a parcel from the United States and they needed to deliver it to my house. I should give them the address. I hesitated and, but I got winds that, it was not really a parcel. Something else behind it. And but I would have still sent people, but at dawn, the morning in which I was supposed to go to take delivery, I dreamt and I saw that my whole house had crashed with everybody inside, including myself. It was like a warning dream. Then that dream came, I said, I think the Almighty must be telling me to be careful with this thing. So I decided to switch off my phones for 2 days. They've never called me to this very day. They've never called me.
This was a revelation made by about the threat to his life. So when we say that they took his life, it's not just a propaganda.
Hey, God. Man, choose.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this before, eh?
Oh. That is
Hello?
it. This is a testimony directly from Obodo Amelefia before they succeeded at last to kill him.
Yeah, man, choose it. I know if I'm not.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, man.
Yeah, I'm just seeing this for the first time. You have it before.
Okay. I've seen it before.
He said that call came from US, from Germany, from UK. Did it something like that?
That was what saved him when they wanted to kill him in detention.
And they went ahead, and at the end of it, they still went ahead and got him. You right?
Of course, yes. They changed the direction and they changed it. They could not do it again. Then they changed the plan to poison him. And that's what they did.
And nobody further speak. I mean, this same foreign power didn't speak any further. What was that?
That is it. That's what you see. This is why they are holding Mazen Nandekano, because they have not succeeded in doing what they did to Dab and left to him.
100%. And you know, again, yeah,
you know, it's not about these foreign people. They will not say anything. It is because
100%.
of the Biafran crowd. We don't keep silent.
And this movement
that you see, this movement that Mazen Nandekano is getting, any place they carry him to, we will follow him, visit him on daily basis to hear from him, to know what is going on.
And the Chukwuka Abiyama, and at the end of the Chukwuka Abiyama too, because he is the one who can, like, if he say no, it's no. Because trust me, when did I say that na Nnamdi Kanu no obodo eh? No Ojebe Africa, what I go that this and that will not have happened. I say it's lie. Forget it. If anything they have different ways. In other ways and means. Then we keep buying your self. Then we keep baby because I got maybe be a bad I mean, one for her. One for how much more you? Yes. What am my point? So obviously, yeah, we keep doing what we're doing and we leaving it in the hand of God at the end of the day. Look at what is going on now. We look the caliphate, and none of them speak. None of them can speak. Say, what does that even mean? Hey, injustice of the highest order. Everything that happens,
nobody speaks.
Nobody speaks.
Their media is trying as much as they can to make sure they indict Mazen Nandekano. They don't even talk about the illegality of the pronouncement of that judgment. Nobody is discussing about the illegality of that judgment anymore.
I didn't know that.
Hear the discussion in any platform, in any Nigerian media, you never hear them talking about the illegality of that judgment.
Hey, God Almighty. Almighty. I met him that nobody in Malafia because he was a very prominent guy. He was a deputy CBN governor, right? So he's not just an ordinary guy someplace, you know. And so at the end of the day, oh my God, Buhari, during Buhari's time, you know, this evil bunch of people, because there's a global connection to the whole thing, you know, to turn Nigeria. Yeah, that is why they are sitting back. Again, I've said it severally, that it was the power of God Almighty that brought Trump. Outside that, forget it. They've gone.
Trump is a stumbling block that they have today.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. That's why they're trying to take him out, you know. So, but at the end of the day, God has never lost any battle. As long as he's in it, if he's in it, forget it. He might tally, but he always win. Oh my goodness. So I'm so surprised this morning with this over there in Malaya. Oh, because I didn't see it before. All I do know is that he was calling for Christians to come out in mass to protest against the genocide, because it's been going on for so long. And the same Fulani Caliphate, they got
interview. After that interview, he made that call. Then they began this operation. You know, after that very interview and that call, they detained him. It was that detention that we were planning to kill him in that detention. And then he told his wife to begin to make calls and all this thing. Those calls came and he was free. And then they changed it. They did not want to kill him in the prison, and they changed the direction. And poisoned him.
God. Well, that is why some will run away. Like that, the Yoruba guy, Kunle. Olawumi, if he was there, like by now, he's in big trouble. My goodness.
They would have taken him out since.
Because when he came out the first time, when he made the revelation, he was invited. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they took his they took his passport. So he probably either got another passport, cross border, maybe in Benin Republic or whatever, and just leave the place.
Of course, a former security man, they always have their way to move now.
They have ways. Oh my, he knows that his life was in danger to have made such revelation because he was so detailed in the revelation. But to tell you that Nigeria, true, is Obodo Ekwensu. When we talk about Obodo Ekwensu, you can see it quite clearly that even when this one laddie in Adiola's program, he also pushed it further, all the liberation. The media,
have you seen that program in any of the national TV?
Well, bro, you see, that is to tell you when we speak, why we speak the way we speak. Till this day, they just brush it aside.
That's daughter of a Jezebel that spoke against Mazen Nandekano. They are carrying her video everywhere.
Exactly. Oh God.
That video and video of
Oju Zokalo.
These are the two videos they are running with.
Yeah. So you see, the parliamentarian, that woman from European Parliament,
exactly. That woman also, that Igbo woman the woman that went to the US, the one that spoke in the US hearing. These are the three videos they are running with. That woman video, this daughter of a Jezebel, and Oju Zokalo. Those three videos. Yeah. That is what they are using for their program. Agbati is the one leading the operation.
Okay, this woman now from European Parliament who just hit the nail, and that is that the caliphate, the terrorist caliphate, they are running the country. They have a free hand. They are uncountable. They are accountable to nobody. So you can clearly see that is what is going on. That is why the whole media is under their control. Yes. What they tell them to talk about is what they will talk about. And like I also, for me, because we know these people, we know them, we know them 100%. I said it that a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I asked, I said, have anybody seen that video being played by channels or Arise or not? You see, and even further, there's this one I saw also in America. Tinubu went and paid a group of people to come and carry placards saying that Jesus Christ. Brachus, the first time when I saw it, hello?
Yeah, hello, go on.
Yeah, the first time when I saw it, I didn't quite pay attention because I know they did it like some years back. When I think it was during protest, I don't know if it was, it probably was NSAS protest or End Bad Government protest. Yeah, so they went and hired people.
This one is a new one.
Exactly. They went to US and paid people who are not Nigerians. They've never been to Nigeria. They don't know nothing about Nigeria, but just for the money. There's some hooligans, some wayward people on the street. They gather them, gave them money, and come and wear placard. Some of them don't even know why they are wearing the placard. It's crazy. And to think that they did that again. So when I saw it the first time, I didn't pay attention because I thought it was the old video. Later on, I discovered that this is just a current one that Tinubu is behind this now. His government, of all the things that Tinubu government could do, is to go and all he chooses to do is to go and gather roadside people, pay them money to say that diversity, blah blah blah. These are sad human beings. Oh my God! If you had run there at all. Everybody know that, and they are about to that. They will not show that, though. They will not play that, right? Oh God. But I know that we are in a battle. It's a battle of the battle of light and darkness. Okay, now that
yes,
we're in a battle of light and darkness. The battle of good versus bad, good versus evil. So it's tough. But it's good that people like us continue to speak, people like you and others continue to speak about this battle between darkness and light, between evil and good, because that is that is what is going on. And those that are on the side of evil, the Abati, Reuben Abatis of this world, and so many others, so many. It's important that people begin to call them out, because it's terrible. It's unbelievable what is going on. They pick and choose the one that they will cover. Even though the Adiola is a one Nigerianist who is more a little somehow, at least to an extent, one of them to an extent, but she's able to bring in this guy Ladi and to speak like that, but nobody is asking questions. Nobody is wondering why are they not interested in hearing the truth. How can they not play it for people to dissect it? No, they won't. They won't. Oh, Diego.
Even for presenting that program, she's going to get a sanction for that.
You can bet. You bet.
Their government will deny him one thing or the other. That one is for sure.
Exactly. And in fact, Obata, let's just say that she just so happens to maybe travel to Nigeria. There's no guarantee. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
She will not even dare go to Nigeria now.
Massachusetts. She would, because these people, they are so desperate now. You can't even imagine the extent they are willing to go. So Adiola, for airing that, there's no guarantee that she can come into Nigeria freely. I'm telling you the truth.
Before ever you air that, you should know already that you're visiting to Nigeria.
You're a marksman. You're a marksman. This is why everybody has to put hand.
That's the system. You don't need to be told. Once you get involved in providing anything that's going to indict them, that's all.
Yeah.
They see you as an enemy.
It's very much among our people too. We have lots of them too. So trust me, bro, we have our work cut out for us. Nobody hears about the Chidi of Canada. These ones, nobody hears of them anymore. All this in media, they are not exactly on the part of good or on the part of lightning. They are not. All this damage them. These people, I tell you, but oh my God, it's crazy. Who would have thought that humanity can be so low, so evil? So evil, so brazenly, openly, people can see what they are displaying. What is their benefit from seeing what goes on in Nigeria? A pregnant woman will be kidnapped, stomach split up, baby dashed to the floor. What is that? What is that? And everybody know that all these things, it's all about the one Nigeria syndrome. The one Nigeria syndrome. Terrorists are walking freely, motorbike all over the place. And Ndume was speaking the other day how much the ammunitions, fighter jet, and the Tucano, none of them will be deployed. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And there's all what they can come up with is that kidnappers will be pass death sentence to kidnappers. Really, that's all. Nobody, Massachusetts, what a time we live in.
It is a very disturbing situation. It is very, very disturbing situation. Very disturbing situation that in a time where if you speak the truth, you become the enemy.
God.
If you speak the truth, you become the enemy. They don't want to hear the truth at all. They don't want it. You must be ready to speak lies. You must be ready to buy into their lies. You must be ready to follow up their lies. That is the only way you will be recognized. Once you support the truth or you speak anything that looks like the truth, they will make sure they bring you down. A very bad time we are in. And if people continue to pretend, it's going to be bad. Oh,
imagine.
Yeah. Hello? Go on.
Hello, Malchus.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
If you don't see the one what happened a few days ago because of this network issue I was having, an Afghanistan guy went to, I think he went to White House and shot I think one passed away, probably some survived. I don't know. Yeah. So obviously, so you can clearly see that this is a serious situation going on everywhere. But we pray that Chukwu Kabia will continue to uphold and protect those that the upright who, on the side of humanity, because that is what it's all about. So these are also again part of, who knows, distraction one way or the other. A guy from
Yeah, they hear you.
Yeah, the guy is he's been identified as a guy from Afghanistan, and who worked before. He worked with the CIA during the war, the Afghan war, and was brought into the country. What I saw, because but the whole thing never left him. So that is like what goes on in Nigeria when they bring the Boko Haram boys, the terrorists. They say they radicalize them, they put them in the military. So you are playing with fire when you do that, because they are answerable to their ideology. You see, how do you go, my brother?
It is very sad. It is very sad what we are seeing on daily basis. Very, very sad. What you see on daily basis, that one cannot. Even if you want to keep silent, you cannot. If you want to keep silent and say you will not talk, you cannot. There's no way. There's no way you can be able to be silent, because the atrocities is so much.
Sir, do you mind I ask a few questions? Can I record you? I just want to know what is going on today.
Well, this is protesting for Nigeria.
Oh, for Nigeria?
Yeah.
For a stronger Nigeria. Say Nigerian Christian, not target of genocide or ethnic cleansing. So what part of Nigeria are you from?
Oh, yeah.
You're not a Nigerian. So how then you're not a Nigerian and you're protesting for Nigeria?
Anybody's black. I protest for them.
But when you got to protest with the information and the stuff that is happening. No. So how do you know that Nigerian Christians are not the target? How did you know that?
I don't know.
So why didn't you have the placard?
Oh, look, I'm going to tell you something. Me, I protest for anybody. I help a lot of people.
So you were paid to do this?
Yeah.
Or you were paid to do this?
Yeah, I just joined in with everybody.
Because you did not know.
White.
No, I understand. It is good to support brothers, to support the culture, but also it is also good to protest and pass the right information, right?
It's a lot of information going out here. A lot of people twist a lot of things up.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
But you got to do a little bit digging.
However, I'm just here to help everybody out.
I understand that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're doing what they ask you to do.
Yeah.
At least you're paid to do this, and you're doing what you get paid for.
No, it's not about pay. It's just about helping people out.
I understand, but they gave you the wrong information, though. I'm just trying to help to bring you out. And we all are from Africa. So when they give an information that is not correct,
I don't know what was correct. All I was told.
He doesn't know what was correct.
Who was that bring you people here?
I got a bunch of little kids over there in the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
They asked me, "Yo, Tone, will you go over there and help us out?" So I decided to go over there and help them out.
No problem. Thank you very much. I just wanted to know what is going on. Thank you. All right. Sir, good day. Is it okay if I talk to you on the camera?
I'm really not supposed to do that. The guy is, he's in charge.
Okay, he don't want you guys to talk on the camera.
They tell them
We are Biafrans.
Okay.
Yeah. So they don't want you talking to us?
That's what he told me.
But where are you from, though? I just want to know.
From here.
So you're not from Nigeria?
No.
How come you have Nigeria in your
I
hip?
can't go. I should have said that.
All right, I understand. No problem. No, I would not. Hello, brothers. Is it okay if I talk to you guys on camera? Okay, please. I just want to find out what is going on here today. You're protesting? Yeah, I see your placard says stronger together.
Look at that.
So what part of Nigeria are you from, sir? Huh? Do you mind me asking that? All right, no problem.
It's not in Nigeria.
Yeah, but where are you from, sir? So in no one talk because in boss don't come out. People will pay them don't come out.
But this is bad.
They ask them to come and help us. They are helping out. It's okay. They don't know anything.
You know how much money they paid the person that is organizing it?
It's all right. It's all right.
Imagine.
Exactly. You should know why you're carrying placards and the reason why you're carrying placards. You understand? I can see my sister. I just want to know what part of Nigeria you're from. We all are from there.
Which Nigeria?
Huh?
Where are you from?
I'm from the east. The eastern part of, huh? Where you from?
Let me be on record.
What's your name? Huh? Your name? I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. It's called Biafra. So where are you from?
Same part.
Same part?
Okay, listen, his friend over there is giving him sign. He shouldn't fall.
It's all right. Thank you. We know what's going on. Thank you.
You see? With all the population they have, they couldn't even find their own, the same one Nigeria, they couldn't find their fellow one Nigeria can be bold enough to come and make their protest for them. Some of the idiots living abroad who said there's no genocide, why didn't they come and make the protest for them? They should have brought those people to come and make protest for them, but look at what they did. And people who are ignorant, who cannot even defend what they are protesting for.
This is what Tinubu is all about. Bro, this is Tinubu for you. This is his life. All his life. This is what he does. You know that interview from Ladi? Yeah, you remember Ladi? That Ladi for the interview. He said that for Tinubu, anything that money cannot solve, more money. You remember that?
Yes.
So that is his genetic makeup. He's a guy that has been a criminal all his life. He can't change, he can never. So when they conspire to bring him there as president, of course, because he did never win the elections, you should know what to expect. Nothing good comes out of. I mean, come on, you can't sow cassava and expect to reap cocoa. It just doesn't work. This is Tinubu's life all along. Every time bribery and corruption in the country, in the zoo today. Many of the young people, the YouTubers, they give them money, including some from our place,
Many from our place. They recruited many from our place.
They recruited them, and every time they come out, they won't talk about the written. They are telling you how Tinubu is planning to regionalize the country, to restructure, to do this, to do that. Lies. They gave them money to be doing it, and we know. So that is what Tinubu is all about. That is his life. Never will change. And that is the same way he entered into agreement with terrorists. And we go and pay them money and say they rescue, but they didn't rescue anything. And the terrorists will go further and they go again and give them money. It's just a stage. It's just a script. What is going on in that country? It's crazy, crazy, crazy.
It is so sad. It is so sad. What the zoo has become. But my pain is my own brothers and sisters who are joining in this very media campaign against themselves. That is the most annoying part. Our own people joining the media campaign against why the North is busy putting themselves together, trying to conquer everywhere.
Yeah.
Why the North is busy trying to conquer everywhere. You yourself from the southeast, including those in the riverine area that call themselves Niger Delta, including them. Everyone is busy gossiping. Why the North is busy putting themselves together, making themselves look at bandit. They call them, they give them nickname bandit, and they become untouchable. They are advocating for them, put them in the budget, include them in budget. But in their own side, they keep on creating problem, and some of them, they think that Igbo man is their problem. They come online, it's Igbo this, Igbo that, Igbo this, Igbo that, Igbo this, Igbo that. Let's listen to it.
Stand well on a day. My problem with Igbo, na Igbo they betray Igbo. Na only my problem with Igbo people. Na Igbo they betray Igbo. Because the way I see the country, na padi, na tribalism on they do. Make I tell on the truth. My next life I go be Igbo man. Today I be Igbo. Tomorrow I be Igbo. Next life I go be Igbo. Make I no carry Niger that I can't separate us.
South is Niger Delta. Now Wazobia we see. Now Wazobia we be. All these South are political.
Yeah.
Niger Delta are political. And I just use them to cause problem for us. We know. Nobody say we don't know. And I use them to cause wahala. Come they deceive us. River State man, they fight Igbo. Imo State man. River State man, they fight Anambra man. Warre man, they fight Enugu man. Now what will they see? Now him will go see. Bayelsa man, they fight Imo State man. See the politics. See problem with them cause. They don't see Fulani fight Fulani. Go for or not. They don't see Fulani fight Fulani. If the soldiers where they go, say where they carry gun. If they say how they control them, when Fulani come, no shoot, no shoot. No do, drop your arm. No do, ceasefire. On a they see them. You don't see Hausa fight Hausa. You don't see Yoruba fight Yoruba. Go Lagos State, you don't see Yoruba fight Yoruba. Now for East here, we they kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Be wise, make on a wake up. Make on a wake up. No be when they don't kill us finish, they can come capture us. No be when they don't kill us finish, they will come hold us for hand. East be wise. East be wise. I don't know why we know they wise. It diverts me.
We have had it in as much as even all of them that is speaking, we don't trust them that much.
Yeah.
We don't trust them that much. Even this guy that is speaking, he's part of the security. He's part of the security they formed in the Niger Delta, like that of our senator. But look at that uniform he's wearing there.
Yeah, no where bunke. Onye, oga bachapu anya o. In my wife.
That is it. They are already attacking, but because he's in, I think he's in River State. He's in River State, part of the Igbo side. Igbo side of River State. That is where he come from.
Onye Igbo ka obo oga bachapu anya because asari aya na ya na alu olu bukwa agwo snake ka obo ba asari. Oga bachapu anya. Ha. Ekugo kwa mu nkem.
When I see this kind of people, that some of them I can't understand. It beats my mind what they are doing and how they are planning to do it. And I also saw him where he was displaying AK-47.
Yes, I saw it.
Saying that they are preparing for the Fulanis. You see, this man is an Igbo man, and he was able to do that simply because he's on that riverine area.
Yeah.
If you do this kind of a thing this guy did in the 5 states of the world, these politicians will come after you. They will blackmail you. They will tag you different kinds of names. What this guy did is not different from what our Master Samaneka was doing to protect his people. It's not different. But look at him speaking. He's in that Nigeria protecting his people. Simply because he fall into that riverine area. That is why today you see them. They cannot be able to talk. They just allow him to do what he has to do. It is sad. It is sad. But I'm most painful when I see my own people being in the front line against themselves. It is sad. And I hope by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama that we overcome what is ahead of us. I just pray. You're welcome. Oluchiwa God, you're welcome.
Yeah, Master, good morning from my own side.
You're welcome, my brother.
Yeah, Bro Christian, good morning.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I came in here because it gets to do with what this our brother is saying. Because what that our brother that you watch now that is saying, what you cannot mention is Biafra. And again, let me tell you, my brother, it's not working with Asari Doc, but the thing is because I was brought up in River State. Or Asari Dokubo, they are the first, leaders of the struggle then. I lived in River State. I was into estate. We were opportune to be meeting them then. They later left to the creek and came to town. And they're all living in town and being guided by their men heavily. But it's on his own. It's not like a Tompolo that you are seeing. All those crowds you see with him, men, they are men. But this is not where I'm going. These people, you see, forget about Asari Dokubo. He's a Muslim. He paid allegiance to the caliphate. But to these ones, our brothers who have but then, I want to bring this to the knowledge of everyone. You see, when you think if Biafra come, they will not be involved. My brother, it's not true. When Obato Obie was at the self-referendum he did, my brother, the vote came highest from that region.
Of course, they're involved. They are fully involved. They're fully involved.
Now, let me tell you something that happened.
That one is a fact that every one of us know. They are fully involved.
Now, let me tell you something that happened. That is why, when he made that comment about East, that East is talking to us. No matter they are part of it, just look at, I know I have this policy, when I come here, I respect whatever. It's all as they say, terms and conditions. Imagine what they did. Like when I'm talking the power, Brokisen talking about the power of Tinubu. Look at our brothers and sisters they used to decimate GLA. And let me tell you, the target then, they were paid heavily to fight this fight. By the time they bring these people down with these politicians, they will be able to bring up their own security to overrun us. Because let me tell you, I have said it countless times, all these people, how is the Muslims? All of them, they are all Muslims right now, as I'm talking to you. All those Marrakesh or Sudan, all of them. And this is the game. Because how they saw the strength of this man, they saw that if these men are not content, that they can. Let me tell you, Imo State, I'm from Imo State. Imo State have been rounded up. I call in every day. I have said it countless times. My family is a family of security. You see, that is why I get angry when people declare Biafra, people put their hands say, I know fully again. They know they do them this way. They know they do them this way. They know they do them this way. That way you want to, they know they do them, they know they do them. Ask yourself, the people who do them that way, where are they? Where is Ohamadike? Where is Simon Ekpa? People come and people get win. Now let this name be ringing. Let me tell you, the inability of us is to have to go inside that the inability of us to sustain these people, sustain PM legacy, the inability of us to speak with one voice is what led to Nnamdi Kanu conviction today. What we have made? Ndine medicine I say mezile. We thought people now buy into that garbage. I told them, go see with if you take it, I am a funny hand, deceive for you with Nanaya. I know what they got now, and at that time, I now go, but today, where are they? They have seen it now. This man, in this swap, Governor Zoku. This is the people who brought this war. These people, how make sure how to remain, who puts on them with brought money and gave to them. This our brother Kuru. I have said it countless times. How many times came from family, Fulani fighting family? No way. How many times came from even Yoruba, no matter what they do? Or they fighting this way? No way. Only we. Onye no kataye be ya makapta see something. E make him of ma. Onye no kataye be ya makapta see something. They are not doing it. You ask yourself when the in your and I do we have. Let me tell you, Biafra war today, Buma. All these people, okay, let them go and attack as Abuja. Because the same Nigerian government told the world that India were Nigerian. Look at when they caught them now that place. They there. As to do the you told us how in Nigeria. A little you don't fight in Nigeria. Oh, none by the I had now me they tell you. Only Eastern for Eastern region don't fall. Only because what we have, we brought it upon ourselves. So, but I want to conclude because I want to go out. What is happening now is what happened in Lati on the 29th. if there was cohesion, if there was support, if this our gallant men did not budge, if they have continued, if they have stood their ground, they can never convict Mazen than they can. How dare you? How dare you? But these people have been weakened. Go and meet Asari Doko. Go and meet him. If you say every day with him, go meet us Abuja. Men now everywhere. And naturally, the brothers and sisters, this time, it will not be touch them this time. Can have bring everywhere, then go and touch them. Because when you're blind, everybody, not the kind of Simon and Mepego, everybody. You think people are not listening? In a platter of gold. Now, Latin Finland, what we cried for, what we wished for. Why need a lot as there today, government rule 5. Give all we homa. Or we homa. Hagazen, they are not Nigerians. And if you see them, give me that they are not Nigerians. Ọwa wuru oge ESN mma nwoke niile he ji akụgo ekpe ima anọ ha maka a natara ya ndị ochie a bụzi ihe butere na trọk ha pụta akwụsị ha enweghị intel after lekwe cheke trọk agara n'abalị otu a ebupụta ha ewere ihe niile ebuna na trọk ahụ ma mgbe ha bidoro with horse ọhamadike wu onye mgbe ọsa ma wu onye buso kwuo si cheki mee horse buruke mgbe niile eke wetachara ihe. All of a sudden, tell me how Simon will be happy. Ebo blono, Mawahamadike for life again na Sokoto. Ya understand that ndị ne ojisi achere nwanwu. Onye wuri Igbo ye tinye n'ọnụ, ye eburu ekpe, ya so release if you don't release him. Okay, atwala nga where are they? Elebe hana. Fulani abattle, you won't hear me nowhere. Akwala all my family, they aren't go over up. Because from Izombe, from Eben, that natural gas deposit that is more than Qatar and Kuwait and Doha, the actual we must state completely. And hope of them is also a must. It's just to make that happen, and it will happen. Or Nandi can see how many billion watches. You got Banguhe. But now we don't in a whole now. I conquer all few politicians then all of a sudden. I got declared Biafra. Oh no, bully a couple. My brother. And anytime Brana Kegi here, I'm happy. Why I won't but my comment because I'm not into security. We know how it works. I saw me weaknesses of anybody the moment. My brother, the mother than a drug half waiting they happen. We can go all of them honey now, not today.
My brother, my God. That was why I had my reservations. That's why today I don't speak so many things. You wrote initially, that was a time I was always begging on my platform.
I know.
We can even go extra miles to make sure that things doesn't go wrong. We should go extra miles.
I know.
I was crying on my platform every day, talking about the rain that will fall. Because I know, just like you said, and once they remove that fear, they will come. They know that everywhere is empty. That was why I was making that cry. I was crying always on my platform. But some people saw it, they thought it was a different thing. Some people thought I was antagonizing somebody or I was trying to underrate somebody. That is not mean. When I was talking about going extra miles, there are you go extra miles and allow things, make sacrifice, and make sure that we have gone too far. That I am the declaration on the 29th of November. That declaration is supposed to be something that we hold sacred. Everybody
I am telling you.
Oh, no, I want to go ahead and make any sacrifice you can make to see that we move forward. Fear was everywhere. Before you know it, the fear disappeared. Today,
Every day, Ngozi Orabugoro Fulani, Ngozi Orabukulani, he don't know the man. She doesn't know the man. Simon said he doesn't want her. Oh, Simon not just in Biafra. Is that he fought for us? We no come on there. Us that turn no beast. You know, but everywhere. Men and dying and I go most. I'm almost. I'm above 55 years. Mazem onye no 50. Onye got above 55 years. More one marker. And now, cause the here and now, mad putazu Ubasi Simon say, oh, was the CRC was the government. Who's the USB? After was the and now going the mad believe here, and people are going with this madness. Look at today, that fear is gone. About I say, I am alert that the fear is gone. Oh yes, I know he holds my future. My life is worth I live in just because he live, because he live, because he live. I can face tomorrow because he live. All fear is gone. You see, these people cause half work and they took away the Nigeria succumbed. A few politicians to deal with. With Ojo, if we had continued, women display me here. When the other got one na table, where he got home players appetizer. But he never in the buy Jackanye on single-handed, they ruined everything. They ruined everything. Our brother Potaya says government how do you know just a USB ID card? How's it? And we have been this guy come and counter it with bitterness. Also, you also USB weapon call. Also, no one had the thing costs to all over social media because most people are that comment. Only few people can get that place. No more that comment to cost everywhere. This guy portray like this. Now banner that is nothing like United States. Now in the anger of this man, the thing are back everywhere. I'm just a woman. But in there, when the grand USB ID, here people who voted for the vote, people now what to do in the homeland. That vote to be United States of Biafra. So, what will happen if we don't come together? My brother, many people now, that was many attempts going on that period to make this togetherness happen. But because many people are and it never happened. People were consulted. People were talked to. Say, later, I won't take Shagam. For this, well, like you said, extra naga. If you were on your Oshishi, or we were a general na army, for example, and we're back at Udo to come and make peace accord. Let somebody, maybe a politician, he has never handled the before. In here, Oma hotel she pool, or ma do she tinye. Give when first that general, ya do no other. Na ariozi, onye na ama hotel she tinye here. Na sia iga rorira married, you married. For example, that period na say begos, one would completely disrespect and disregard to Simon Ekpa. People are what was playing. And when that's the one Simon, Mr. Simon. I said, no wonder now. Mr. Simon, Chineke, Mazi trick survivor. I came from these 5 eastern states. How are you Biafra? I went indoors or will follow. That has been the game. But because they want to got with that name. Buhari. Why you know employ Igbos? I think who tell you I know employ Igbos. MFL, is it from where? On that one dinner data and you know the minister. Where are they from? They know they are Igbos now. How many Igbo?
It's so painful. That's why
very painful.
Now I got those topics. I don't want to discuss those topics. The only time they put is this issue.
Very painful.
No, I be on a platform here.
I know.
I have stopped going to that very direction in all my programs.
I know. My brother, I know.
To encourage the Biafrans, any other people to defend and protect himself, because I wouldn't want to go and make clear several times that Chineke here can do because of this Biafra create a problem between me and my fellow Biafra. I would not do that.
Yes.
I cannot create any problem, because at the end of the day, we are going back home. You don't know who is going to be your neighbor. You don't know who is going to be your in-law. You don't know who your daughter or your son is going to marry and all that. At the end of the day,
1,000%.
Social media can work because of that. You not get married again.
My brother, this thing you are saying now is 1,000% right, yo. 1,000% right, yo. Believe me, this topic you brought out now. Imagine if we go home, or Biafra, your own son or my daughter or my son, and I maybe in a military academy. I see here one chick survivor. I say, oh my goodness. Chick survivor came, for example. Hey, my brother, I didn't sure that I will ask anybody for inquiry about chick survivor. My daughter or my son, or would this man, you are marrying his son or his daughter. Why? Because we have fought the same. We have done one thing. So I want now after I told me naturally this guy na Koiri. Even in my disobedience, I curse you.
Hey.
Yes, I curse you.
People have the implications.
Believe me, my brother, I've been this topic now.
Even as it will not end here. We have a hope to protect.
My brother, this topic you will put now. The man get this topic, they need to repent. Because he have the highest of it all. Now we got put us here to latch along. Ye education. Soon the na nwa ndị ha atụọ gị na-elezi.
I na-emezi introduction if you na-akpọ afa.
Chineke nna maazị. Gị bilie move ya me ka straight to waka gị bilie pụọ. Nwunye gị na-asị gị di m ọwụ gịnị gị sị ka agaghị eme na ihu gị kama mgbe ị nwụrụ anwụ. Come on.
A na-ajụ ka ọgịnị isi ị na-asị ọ gaghị eme.
We have done a lot of harm to ourselves. I'm telling you. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much, my pop. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abora. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My fellow Biafrans, the journey we are in is bigger than we see. It is bigger. It is bigger. That is why most time, instead of me to speak about certain issues, I just keep silent and continue to encourage our people. Focus on that encouragement, because the battle is bigger than we think. It is much, much bigger than we think. I only pray that Chukwu will guide and protect us. So many times people come on my platform, they say, what I believe now is that every one of us have common sense. Apply your common sense. Internet never forgets. Everything we are doing and we are saying here, internet is keeping record. The one I'm talking, the one I'm saying, internet is keeping record. The one you are saying, you might say anything you like on my platform. I will not challenge you. I will not counter you. I'll just keep silent and be watching. It doesn't mean I agree with you. It does not mean I agree with you. But one thing I will not do is to create that enmity or to give you that chance for me and you to begin to have a exchange of words, going on saga. I will never give you that platform. I will never allow you to engage you on that. I will never allow it. All I will do is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Allow you to also air your own opinion. Let the people be the judge. Let the people be the judge. It is painful when you go to platform, you see what our fellow Biafrans are doing. When you listen to them, somebody will. I said I was searching on TikTok and I saw Ikenga and Co. Ikenga group, and they were just bastardizing the Igbo people. They are praising Abike Dabiri, that we know that is a tribal bigot. Abike Dabiri will know that stands against everything that we stand for. They were praising her, exalting her. But when it comes to Igbo, they demonize us. Everything that is evil, they attach it to IPOB. Everything that is evil, they attach it to IPOB. Even things that, even that same Ikenga knows very well that they are lie. He will sit back there and watch them. This is somebody who has been in agitation for more than 10 years. So he was intentionally perpetrating evil. He was intentionally sponsoring terrorism. He was intentionally doing that because he's of age. He didn't join IPOB as a child. He joined as a matured man. So how can you at this age now, all of a sudden, you begin to turn against every single thing and you speak against Mazen Nandekano, call him a terrorist and say all manner of things against him, and people cheer you up and clap for you? May Chukwu Okikabiyama have mercy. My fellow Biafrans, we must sit up at this time when there is a heavy media propaganda against the Biafran people. Use your own platform. Speak up for your people. Use your own platform. Reveal the truth. Use your own platform. I am not telling you to lie. I'm not telling you to lie. I am not telling you to push propaganda. I'm not telling you to blackmail anybody. Speak the truth in your platform. Only the truth can set us free. Only the truth. Use your platform to speak the truth. Lie cannot take you anywhere. Propaganda cannot take you anywhere. All those false information cannot take you anywhere. Speak the truth that you know. If you are not sure of what you are saying, don't say it. Don't say it. You must not speak. If you don't have any, if you're not sure of the information you have, there's no need passing it. There's no need passing it. For me, I have spoken some information I have when I had it. And when I speak about the information I have, people begin to use it as a scandal. Some people attack me, they call me names, they use me for program, and I kept silent and maintained my cool. Because I know that people that have common sense can always use their common sense. And there is nobody that is of age, in a Biafra that is of age, that doesn't know our story, that doesn't know what we are fighting for, that doesn't know what we need to do. We all know what we need to do. And I pray that Chukwu Okikabiyama will guide us, teach us, and lead us to the right path. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, wherever you are watching this program from, any part of the world where you're watching this program from, whether you are an Igbo person, whether you are a Yoruba person, whether you are Hausa, whether you are Tiv, whether you are Idoma, whether you are Ijo, or from anywhere in the world, media narrative matters a lot. The media narrative matters a lot. More especially my Igbo people, pay attention to media narrative. I call again the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Tifis, the Idomas, the Ijos. And from anywhere in the world where you are paying attention, media narrative matters. It shapes understanding, shapes reaction, shapes unity, shapes justice. Let us be the generation that demands fairness. Nigerian media, Ruben Abati and co. Let us be a generation that demands fairness. Let us be a generation that tells our own story. More especially Biafrans. Let us be the generation that tell our own stories. Let us be the generation that refuses to let misinformation define us. There are so many misinformation out there. So many. Let us not allow misinformation to define us. I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this program today. I thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for joining the discussion. those have committed in one way or the other. Share this video to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to anyone you can be able to reach out to. Information is power. Information is key. If you did not watch from the beginning with us, go and watch the program from the beginning and get the information that is loaded in the beginning of this program. Allow the world to hear your own voice clearly and respectfully. Allow the world to hear your own voice. Don't be silent. Don't allow them to silence us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of us that was part of this program. May Chukwu Okike Abiama be our guide. May Chukwu Okike Abiama be our protector. May Chukwu Okike Abiama be our savior. I appreciate every one of you that have played part on this program. More especially those who are watching from Biafra land. Thank you so much for being part of this program. And I hope to see every one of you again later at night, in the evening, hopefully by 5:30 p.m. Biafran time. By the special grace of Chukwu, if I have time, I'm going to come back on live since we have been able to resolve the problem. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our leaders, more especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. I pray for their security and safety. I pray for wisdom, not understanding. I pray for protection. Pray for long life and pray that they will join us as soon as possible. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate every one of you that have been here. Like and share and subscribe if you're not done so. Thank you so much and see you again on the next program later in the evening. Stay blessed. Bye-bye, everyone.
It's not possible. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what they are not saying. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any cause considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. It's not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what the Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial is not done anywhere in the world. And you wonder why God cost you. You don't know what justice means. You have no idea what justice means. You don't know what justice means. Useless. You cannot find anybody unless the law is written. Show me the law. Show me the law. I want to show you the law. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own position you don't respect. Supreme Court's judgment you don't respect. Then why we never know? Why we never know? Biafra must be defended at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God. language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that